Welcome in, everybody, on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. We are live here in Carrollton as the Carrollton Warriors wrestling team gets ready to host the Minerva Lions here on senior night. And there's going to be some potential hardware on the line here tonight. You could be looking at a outright EBC title for the Warriors if they handle their business. If the Lions get it done, it will be a shared title. And as I welcome everybody in, I'm TJ Downing, joined by John Lowery, Jamie Fausnight, and our special guest over here. Well, I guess you're kind of on the team now, man, because this is like your fourth or fifth time rocking
Right?
with us, Larry Jenkins. And as we talk here real quick before we get to the senior night activities, the Carrollton Warriors are 17-4 on the season. The Minerva Lions 6-4. And we know a little bit for the Minerva Lions, going to have some scratches here. You're not going to have Caden in the deal. Your 113 is also going to be a scratch this evening. But we do want to shout out our special sponsors and partners that we have involved with us here at the Stark Media Team. It starts with our friends over at the Eagles FOE 190 in downtown Massillon, and also Hilscher Clarke Electric Company. These productions on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel also brought to you in part by Vallos and Associates, McNeill and Sons Tree Service, Lindseys Pizza, FinallyHereOhio.com, Leathernecks Nation MC, along with the Sam Center and Save22.vet, and a very, very special Carrollton Warrior on with us here tonight, Brian Shaw with Efficient Pipeline. I want to give a special shout out to him, a legend in this community. We're going to talk more about him here this evening. But as I welcome in my guys again now, Jamie Fausnight, Larry Jenkins, and John Lowery. Guys, this is going to be exciting tonight. We kind of announced this at BW3s after or during Top Gun.
During Top Gun, yes.
Yeah, it was a special Friday announcement night that was made in there. And we knew we were going to be down here and that this was going to be a special matchup. So start to break this thing down for me here, guys. I know, again, this Carrollton Warrior team, you have a special connection, Larry. Your son, Landon Jenkins, is going to be wrestling. But just a great season overall for these Warriors.
Yeah, everybody's doing very well this year. I mean, 17-4. We lost a couple heartbreakers there. We lost one to Indian Valley last Saturday that, we probably should have won. But, that's part of wrestling, right?
That's the way it goes. That's the way, you set your season out and then you just let it unfold. And it's all about getting to the right spot at the end of the season. And I think that the Warriors are on the right path. I think some of the kids on the team for Carrollton here are on, like your son, Landon, and Kale Snare has had an outstanding season.
Yes.
You got Jarge Carmen, who's kind of the backbone a little bit. You got Levi Pigeon. There's a lot of tough kids. Ben Zinda. There's a lot of good kids on this team. And what's really cool is there's not a lot of seniors. We just watched senior night. There's only about 3 or 4 that this team will be missing. But this is a backyard rivalry. Larry can tell us a little more about that. But, you get down in here into a little bit south of us in Canton, and you get a couple of these backyard rivals like Minerva and Carrollton. And I'll tell you what, this is the most packed gym we've seen at a dual meet. Yeah. Maybe competitive with Graham and Perry.
So question, we're calling him Levi Pigeon, or are we going by the nickname?
Well, he didn't really smile when I called him the cow herder, so I said I would lay low on it.
I hadn't heard that one. I hadn't heard that. The cow herder.
The cow herder, yeah.
Well, that was exciting, John. We had a chance to take in all the action out in Alliance at the Top Gun Wrestling Tournament, and Levi was one that really stuck out to us. Some of your thoughts as you look at this Minerva team coming in here, a little bit banged up, and as I talked to Coach Chad Hilliard, he said, you know what? We're not going to walk away from this thing with our tail between our legs. We know that we have our work cut out for us. It's going to be a tall task. But, as I looked him right in the eye and said, you know what? Anytime you step inside the circle, you got a chance. You just got to get after it, right?
That's right.
100%. Yeah, it's a gentleman's game out there. We got crosstown showdown action, Carroll County versus Stark County.
Right.
Minerva representing the Stark County guys. And, Coach Chad Hilliard, he's doing a great job with that program over there at Minerva with the Lions, and he got them fired up. I remember just walking in here, man. Those kids were already pacing back and forth. They had their music in the ears. They were early on getting ready. They know what's about to happen.
Yeah, Minerva is our rivalry, and it's like the Brown Steelers or whatever, Michigan, Ohio State. I mean, anything can happen, and we're actually still nervous with a couple of the forfeits because they just match up so well with us. Where we're weak at, they're pretty strong. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was just saying that's what's fun about it. you got these rivalries, and a kid may show up that you didn't see coming.
Absolutely.
Or a kid may let down because he's not totally focused. A senior might think that he's going to go beat somebody up, and next thing you know, that dude shows up with his best foot forward, and all of a sudden somebody's knocked off, and then all of a sudden it changes everything.
Absolutely. Those are those swing matches we talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to make or break this dual match tonight.
Yeah, and we all talk about last year's dual meet at Minerva. It's an older gym, smaller gym. It was jam-packed. It was 7,000 degrees in there, and it was a great it was the single greatest dual meet match I've ever been a part of in all of my years of wrestling. Landon comes out, he upsets their 6-pounder, because Landon was so little last year. 13, Connor Norris gets pinned by Kale Snare, which we never saw that coming. I mean, that was a huge upset, and it just never stopped from there, and it just escalated all the way to the very end, But it was just awesome. A magical moment that you'll probably never. And I told these guys, I said, you'll probably never ever see that again. I mean, we were hoping tonight would be, but there's so many forfeits, it's going to take a little bit out of it. But we'll see what happens.
Still some sparks might fly. Yeah, we got a packed house still. I mean.
Yeah, it's a great environment, and Larry, as we see the Minerva Lions ladies take the mat here, and you mentioned 7,000 degrees over there. We had a chance weeks back, Jim Bostic and myself went into Chad Hilliard's room on one of the In the Room episodes with Jimmy B, and Chad had warned me before I came down there. Now, I'm a sweater. I don't know if I'm as much of a sweater as Jamie is, but I went in there and he told me before I came down, he said, man, bring your shorts. He goes, because I keep my room hot. And we went in there, I'll tell you what, to be able to talk to, I believe she is the only women's head coach in Stark County, Nicole Jackman. The way she's operating her team, you see these girls out here. Not everybody inside of Stark County, and we'll just a little precursor. We do know that this is the first year that women's wrestling is going to be sanctioned by OSHA. Mat 4 in the shot will be dedicated to state championship wrestling for these ladies. Yep. Now, the Minerva Lions, they've got a great turnout here for the ladies to start this season. But as we talked to Brian Shaw, Jamie, just about a week ago, 22 ladies, I believe, came out for the Carrollton wrestling team.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That speaks on the tradition of these two schools. It was something that girls all along have wanted to be a part of. You just didn't really know it. And then all of a sudden it just takes one time where they're like, okay, sign up in the cafeteria for wrestling. And then all of a sudden you didn't even realize how many girls were interested.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. One of the things that kind of stuck out to me too, as Chad Hilliard kind of wrapped up that In the Room episode with us, as we were talking with Coach Nicole Jackman, that there's a few of these girls here on this Minerva wrestling team that he said they will be, they'll be Hall of Famers one day. They've kind of started and created something here, and it's a special time. We knew that this is something that really, as Art Kali told me, the West Coast was kind of ahead, with women's wrestling. They knew that there was this untapped sector to be able to kind of pump wrestling back up, and at the Midwest states it kind of took a little bit of time, but we're here now, and it's all inclusive, and I think it is a game changer for the sport of wrestling, right?
Well, yeah, they say it's the fastest growing sport in the country right now, and it's the most scholarships for college right now is women's wrestling.
Yeah.
And we're not, I mean, was it 2016? We're getting voted out of the Olympics as a sport.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's a distant memory now. I think, especially with the women's sports coming on. So it's going to help us all. I mean, and I had a guy tell me a long time ago, or a couple months ago, that he's like, these girls are all going to have kids someday. And what do you think they're going to want their kid to do? Either a boy or a girl. They're going to want them to wrestle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I always laugh and joke that my daughter was the toughest one out of my family. Up until last year.
Still arguable.
Yeah, it's still arguable. I'll make sure I tell Landon you said that.
That's just fine.
Same here. I got two daughters that that age, man. What's interesting is there's you mentioned that I think there's now 47 women's programs across the USA right now.
Yeah.
So scholarship wise, it is inevitable. Yeah.
It's a great thing.
Tiffin was the first one in Ohio, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah. My alma mater down there in one of the first schools I was part of in the NAIA level, Campbellsville University in South Central Kentucky.
Yeah.
They have a huge program for the women's.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they compete.
Nice.
They're always, top 5 in the country, week in, week out.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Well, we want to welcome in everybody again on our Stark Media Team YouTube channel. Got a bunch of people tuning in right now. We want to say hello to you guys, you ladies out there, checking us out here at Carrollton High School as they get set to host the Minerva Lions. Talk a little bit here about the middle school action that was going on earlier.
Yeah, I was 60-12, I think was the final score. The junior high kids are undefeated again this year. Should win the EBC.
Shout out to Coach Owens.
Yeah, Coach Owens. I mean, he's a pretty fun coach to watch.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I mean,
There's some intensity over there.
I think he's more energetic than me and Jamie were in the youth
I've
level.
hung out a time or two with Coach Owens. He's good, clean fun, and
Yes, sir.
he is an intense dude. He's rather animated. Those are always fun coaches to watch,
Yep.
in our sport.
Well, I told him he's got to get his hat down because he looks like a gnome with his hat sticking
His
out.
hat game's rough.
Right? Doesn't he look like a gnome? As soon as I said that, we just need to paint his beard gray.
That cartoon.
Yeah, right?
Oh man.
So
It's always an exciting time when when you got hardware on the line, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Jamie, it's something that when we talk about the team aspect of it and the team points, I constantly hear you guys talking about this at some other duels that we've done, how you position yourself for the points, for bonus points, to know that you can put some hardware on the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody's original goal. Is their goal is obviously an individual type thought process. But in wrestling, it takes your team to get you to the highest level. So when you get to go one-on-one in a dual meet like this, and you get to showcase your team against another team, it hits a little different. We were at Jackson and Hoover a week ago, and that's another rivalry. You get these guys together, and it's another rivalry. You get the fans. This place is packed full of people. There's communities on the line. That side of it, there's nothing more than Minerva would like to do than upset the Warriors tonight and make them share that title that really they should walk out of here with.
Yeah, they came into this gym 2 years ago and we lost some tough close matches that, we didn't see that coming, and they took it from us. So that's why last year it was important to us to go into their house and take it back from them. So
and I do believe that it's Carrollton's job to come in here and handle business.
Absolutely.
It really
Absolutely.
is. I do know a lot of these kids. I've worked with kids on both sides, so have you. I know there's a Minerva kid over there that wrestled in your youth program. Yep. And then to be honest with
you. There's 2 of them, actually.
Is there 2 of them?
Yeah.
Because Silas is the last match of the night, which I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because we're starting at 175 today.
Yep.
Silas McClish wrestled in your youth program. I got to know him very well.
And McCroby, too. McCroby is at 144.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he wrestled in our youth program.
Oh, that'll be a nice one. So he grew up wrestling Kiko. That'll be a nice
Yeah,
match.
he traveled with us on all the tournaments and everything. So, yeah. Those kids, I love those kids. They see me at the fair. They see me at wrestling tournaments. They always come up to me, "Hey, Coach, how you doing?"
Absolutely.
I love them. So,
you mentioned earlier, I get a little excited when anybody ever brings up the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry.
Right.
It's always exciting. But when you talk about kind of protecting your home, you got the Black Hole student section over there. You've got the packed crowd. It was always exciting for me. My lone start that I had against Michigan when it was in Ann Arbor and we beat them, to me, that was more exciting than winning in the horseshoe.
Yeah.
So when you can come in here and mess with somebody in their school, but you said, Jamie, you got to come out here and say that, regardless of any forfeits, regardless of any injuries, any scratches, whatever it may be, come out here and just handle business.
Right.
Check this out. We got the Carrollton girls coming out right now.
Wow. Full squad.
Carrollton ladies. I'll refer to it as the lady wrestling team.
Yeah, and I know it's not Michigan, Ohio State, but I still can't forgive Baker Mayfield for planting the flag in the O. That was huge coming into Ohio State and winning that game.
Off camera, I'll tell you guys what I said to my wife when he did that. It was very foul.
Well, I had to question his intelligence a little bit because when you try to plant a flag inside of an artificial surface, it didn't stick, so it fell down. But I appreciate the effort. I was a little bit worried as the Michigan Wolverines came in this past year and got the victory, and they were right in the middle of the block O, and you see some of those Ohio State guys just kind of walking past, not even caring.
They didn't care.
Boy, man, I tell you what, I think I might risk the first half of the following week's game to be able to get a message across there. But yeah, it's fun, you know. Again, you come into somebody's home and you're able to mess with them and walk away with a victory. That's the ultimate goal. And here tonight, you know, the Carrollton Warriors have an opportunity to become outright EBC champs. As John, you mentioned, Minerva can handle business. They will share the league title. And, you know, Jamie, as we start to look down here at some of these projected lineups, and I hear you guys always talk about swing matches. What are some that stick out to you here on paper?
Well, there's definitely a couple here. You know, I look at, a good one to start out with is Ryan Kiko and Austin McCroby. Am I wrong?
Well, I think you need to back up. I think if you're going to go at swing matches, at 20, the key to us is Childs. He's a freshman.
Okay.
This kid was a state champion from Rhode Island. His parents are in the they're in the mission, and they moved over to Carrollton. They're actually from Canton originally and bought a farm down in Kilgore. But he's a pretty good little freshman, you know, and his job tonight is to not get pinned.
Right.
You know, I mean, we talk a lot about let's not get pinned.
Right.
So I think if you want to start there, I mean, that's a huge point where that could be 6 points for them, and we need to keep that at 3.
Right.
I don't think we have a chance of winning that match, but, you know, I mean.
But wrestling works a little differently.
You know, crazy things happen.
I'll tell you what, wrestling is different because that kid can go out and he can wrestle his butt off and lose by 3, and the Carrollton people will
go
explode.
nuts.
Yes.
And the Minerva people will be like, oh, I don't know if that's the way we needed that one to go down.
Right.
That's one of the fun things about these matches.
Right. Then you want to go to 26. You got Pigeon and Strader. Strader's a kid that beat Carmen down here as a freshman. Shouldn't have won that match, and that won them 2 years ago, won them the EBC or share of the EBC title. So Strader and Pigeon go back and forth with each other. I don't think Strader's ever beat him, but it's always a really close match. So that's a match that I know Minerva's looking at saying, we can win this match.
We got to get this.
We can get this one here, you know. So if they get a pin at 20 and they win at 26, look out, boys. You know, it's the same thing that we did to them last year. You know, Jimmy Little's out at 32, so we're going to have Garrett Berkman come in. Garrett's a senior tonight.
Nice.
You know, here's a senior that couldn't make the lineup, you know. But you know, in the wrestle-offs between him and Little, it's back and forth on them guys. I mean, you know, it's anybody can win that match. So, you know.
And the final on that last year was Carrollton 39, Minerva 28. Is that correct? That was over there at Minerva?
Yeah, that was over at Minerva.
Down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
And Coach Jenkins already getting shout-outs in the comment section from Christopher Booth.
Oh, Christopher Booth. Yeah, he's setting up there.
Dropping
setting up there. I see
him
him over there with his hat on backwards, looking all sexy.
Until you put that hand up there, and then we're wondering, man, what happened to you today? Did you almost lose some fingers?
You know, it was nice and warm. I was out washing my tractor, so, you know.
Well, maybe he thinks your tractor's sexy.
Right.
I don't know. But this is going to be exciting, guys. I'm looking forward to it. And
well, then we go to the match that Jamie was talking about at 144 with Kiko and McCroby. That's gonna be a tough match. And you're absolutely right. Them two wrestled with each other since they were in second grade in my room. You know, I mean they go back and forth on that.
Those matches like that, it doesn't really matter who the real best wrestler is.
Right.
They know each other well enough that anybody can.
It's going to be a wrestle off. It's basically what you're going to have at that match, you know. And then Bennett at 50. There's another swing match. That's where, you know, Bennett's, you know, he's a senior this year. And I don't know, he's had a little bit of a rougher year this year. You know, I don't know what's going on with Adam, but, you know, he's always a tough kid. He's always going to give you 100%, you know.
Yeah, you got to plug me in here, too, because right before I popped the headset on, kind of heard over here in the back right corner. Did I hear a Hoobler name get dropped? Is that
Chad Hoobler was from Carrollton.
Well, but there's a young lady out here for Carrollton, last name Hooper.
There is a Hooper.
Oh, okay. Was it Hooper or Hoopler?
Hooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, my hearing's already going bad. I get my things cranked up a little bit too loud, but
that's a wrestling family. It's been around a long time.
Yeah. And then you got you know, Dalton Sweeney. This kid is, I tell you what, at 57, this kid is a heck of an athlete. I mean, but he just started wrestling a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's so hard at that weight class to start out as a sophomore or, you know, as an 8th grader. I think it was his first year wrestling. But when you watch him wrestle, you see the potential in him, you know. You know. And then we got DePalmo at 65 as a freshman. We get Silas McClish. Silas wrestled for us for years. You know, our job there is not get pinned.
That's the way I saw that one too.
Yeah, you know. Aiden McNutt wrestled all through the youth with us and stuff like that. He's got a tough one. Aiden usually doesn't get pinned. There's my Uncle Randy. How you doing, buddy? Good, buddy. Yes, sir. But Aiden McNutt is a tough kid that he's probably not going to get pinned, you know.
You mentioned the freshmen in the lineups. Darian DePalma. You also have John Childs. Jamie, what do we know about those guys?
He just called me Mel Peters because I was sitting here with my bone head. And you know, Mel used to always do what was that? What was that cable channel? The Cox Cable or something? What was that? Channel 2? Oh man, that took me back to my younger days.
Is that a Carrollton channel or is that something?
No. Down at Claymont, we'd go down to the pit, and Mel
yeah.
Peters always, after he retired from coaching, he would always do the TV on the cable.
They would always do a lake.
You're right. It was on Cox's stream there.
Yeah, on the Cox's stream. So yeah. He said I look like Mel Peters over here. That's funny. I wish I was as tough as Mel Peters, but maybe not have as many kids as Mel had.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I got the bricks beat off me by a few Peters back in my day.
Yes, they're tough.
Yep.
Tough.
Larry, tell us a little bit more about these freshmen in the lineup here. You mentioned Darian DePalmo and then also John Childs at 120.
Yes. So I told you about Childs as far as
I've seen him this year. That's a pretty tough kid. He's a scrappy dude. He goes hard.
I'm at the head table. Come over here.
I love it.
What's that?
All right, real quick here before we get to the action, we want to mention a couple of our partners here once again. All right, you know, the battle for veterans continues even after they've returned home from war, fighting PTSD, health battles, suicidal thoughts, and more. And every day, 22 veterans commit suicide, losing their battle against their demons. And a guy by the name of Tom Endorf, right here from the Carrollton area, this is where Save 22 was founded. Guys like Tim Arnold, David Cunningham, and all the Leathernecks Nation MC friends of ours, also Dave and Brian Bowman, along with Lucia at the Sam Center. They're standing up for their fellow soldiers, as we all should. Save 22 Veterans, founded in Carrollton, serves as a resource for veterans, first responders, and those in need alike. Focusing on veteran suicide prevention and awareness locally and beyond, Save 22, a veteran-run organization, offers a number of veteran therapy programs from professional racing, fishing, camping and outdoor adventures, or just a shoulder to lean on and an ear to listen. So for more information, visit their website at save22.vet or follow Save 22 on social media by searching Save 22-Veterans. Love our Carrollton guys. My boy Jason Rutledge, I know he's out there listening as well. Partnered with Tom Endorf and Save 22, so we're right in your backyard, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in with us right now. Looks like we got upwards of 30 people rocking with us here on the Start Media Team YouTube channel. TJ Downing, Larry Jenkins, John Lowery, and Jamie Fausnight getting ready for a special night here at the home of the Warriors. And you see the black hole, the student section starting to fill in. And
I'll be right up.
as we mentioned, a great crowd here, packed house. The energy, Jamie, as we talked about, well, he's off right now. John, we talked about on the way down, our friends over at Hilscher Clarke Electric Company. Electric, right? That's the energy and environment that you're going to get here, man.
Nice segue into that.
You know, I try my best, man. You know, it's maybe not my first time, but yeah, it's when you get atmospheres like this. You know, that's what's special about high school sports.
If you look in front of you, you see the flag coming down. I mean, it's about to get electric up in there. Yeah,
I love that right there.
Dropping down, man. We see it coming in here as we get ready to step aside and get ready for the playing of our national anthem. Great to follow that up as we just talked about our veterans. A salute to all of our men and women in the armed forces serving our country and protecting our freedoms. Now to the mat for the playing of our national anthem. All right, great job. And as we always say, my baseball friends will say after we hear the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem, it's time to play ball, but we're not doing that here tonight. It's time to wrestle. Larry,
Yes.
had a chance to talk with Brian Shaw last week, and he mentioned what we call this. Is this the spotlight?
That's
This
the
is
spotlight.
this not every gym has this.
No, they don't.
But this is pretty cool. You know,
Yeah.
we had an atmosphere when we did the Hoover Jackson wrestling duel where they didn't have this, but they kind of dimmed the lights around the outside. But man, that kind of goes along with the electric side of things. This creates the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And as everybody tuning in right now can see, it's dark around the outside of that circle, man, but the spotlight is out and it's getting ready to shine heavy on all of these wrestlers.
Yeah, it makes it special. This is our first year for it. So we're going to revamp it a little bit because we need to get it out a little bit wider. You can see it's not filling up the whole circle, but it's pretty close.
You know, I have a lot of coaches that don't care for the spotlight because the shadows are tough for the referees.
Yeah.
It does make a difference.
You said there's certain parts, and as Larry mentioned too, with not hitting too far out, you know, it makes it difficult for those officials, right? There are certain areas when you talked about Jamie about looking for that pin.
The shoulder, you know, it's the scapulas. It's not necessarily the big fat part of the shoulders. And when the light's coming directly straight down, it's difficult for the referee to see with those shadows. But I'll tell you what, there's no argument that it creates a great environment. It's really cool for the spectators and the crowd.
Yeah, my phone's blowing up. Everybody's calling me Mel now.
They're excited. They're excited here. You know, Larry
he was younger than you.
As my eyes were fixed on the flag there during the national anthem, I peeked over there to the left. And 2017 was a pretty good year here at Carrollton for some of the extracurricular sports activities. You got the girls track team with state runner-up, but then the team dual wrestling made it to the Final Four.
Made it to the Final Four, and we also got our very first ever state champion with Aiden Bazook that year.
Oh man, that's great stuff.
So Jamie talked up at Top Gun about we held the record for the most runner-ups in the state without ever having a state champion until 2017.
25.
That was 25.
Unreal.
25 runner-ups,
which is amazing. It's
know?
Amazing. And to talk about a school that deserved something like that. No other schools wanted something like that as bad as Carrollton did. And for it to go to that kid from that family that invested all that time into this program, I remember that very clearly, and it was amazing to see that day.
And then we turned right around, and a week later at the OAC Youth State Tournament, got our first ever state champion in the youth. Cohen Little. He ran
that little punk swelled up on me in the locker room.
Damn, he flexed on you.
Yeah. We had some words. Me and 75 pounds of Cohen Little.
I don't think he weighed 72 pounds soaking wet with bibs on, but he was helping us in the fields this spring, and he told Landon in the truck, he's like, You're lucky I'm not a freshman this year. You'd be not in the lineup.
Wow.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
here we go.
his dad is why I have issues with the gas station we stopped at.
We got a Stark Media team moment right now. First ever dual match women's wrestling.
No doubt, man. I'll tell you what, we're good for the Nuggets. We got the 25 mentioned there. You talked about the state runners-up. You're always good for a couple of those here on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. So action is underway here. First period for the ladies here. 1:30 on the clock as it runs. In for a great night of high school wrestling here at the home of the Warriors in Carrollton, hosting the Minerva Lions. Coach Nicole Jackman for the Minerva Lions has her ladies ready to go. And
wow. That was a nice piece of technique by the Carrollton girl.
He's a popular figure down here.
Yeah. Jerry Tennant, the referee, just rolled up on us.
Oh, okay. I know Jerry Tennant.
Oh.
He must have done one of your matches back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry's telling us that the referee here.
He wrestled for me.
No, he's legendary official.
Mark Hayhurst wrestled for the head official of the varsity match that's coming on. I've seen him around a long time. I've seen him. He's come a long way.
Carrollton wrestler getting some back points right away early off in this. And about 30 seconds left in the first period. 6-1 lead over the Minerva wrestler.
There was some solid technique I've seen out of her. She had a nice little snap down to a front headlock earlier.
Oh, yeah.
there's it's nice to. Oh, she locked hands right there. It's nice to see good, solid technique out of some first year or younger athletes out here.
They call him the Pope. I heard Lowery.
Oh, there's the armbar. This one might be saved by the bell.
There you go. So as we head to the second period, 6-1 advantage for Carrollton. Hello again to everybody joining us here tonight on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. TJ Downing, John Lowery, Larry Jenkins, and Jamie Fausnight. Shout out to all of our presenting sponsors this evening, Hilscher Clarke Electric Company and the Eagles FOE 190. We'll talk more about our partners throughout the evening.
We're at match 1 here for the women's wrestling second period. And
nice. That was nice. So this is your guys' first ever girls
dual match.
Yeah, nice.
Live stream, yeah.
We're setting things up down here in Carrollton.
Yeah.
Cutting edge.
Last week we had a chance, Jim Bostic and myself, to see Maddie Beggart from Northwest. Young lady did a great job.
There's some really good ones in the area. North Canton Hoover has Jordan Palmer as a returning state placer. And there's a lot of them around here. This is a hotbed for wrestling. And if girls are going to sign up and they're going to start wrestling around this area, they're going to get good really fast. They see high quality technique. They see good things. They see good practice habits. These girls are going to catch up to the boys really quick. But these are trailblazers that we are watching before us right now.
11-1 lead for the Carrollton Warrior lady wrestler out there. 48 seconds remaining in period 2.
She keeps locking up that bar, running.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She's got the far side wrist and everything.
She's run that bar a couple times.
Yep.
There it goes. Oh, little potentially dangerous there.
Every time you guys mention Jim Bostic's name, Jim has a special place in my heart. So we was at the OVC state tournament, and Landon had a terrible tournament, went 2 and out. I don't know what happened to him. And Jim says, you know what? You want it way more than he does. You got to stop. You're going to ruin your relationship with your son, because I've done that myself.
Right.
And, I took his advice on that, and it helped me and my son's relationship from then on.
Boom Bostic. Yeah.
Well,
he knows a thing or two. Yeah.
Like Jim Bostic, Larry Jenkins, and I, we coached together at the youth level for a long time. We watched a lot of dads. There we go.
Wow.
We watched a lot of dads do it wrong.
Yeah.
And that's why we can lean on each other when we talk about our sons.
And I'm a big enough man to admit that I was doing it wrong a few times. And, I learned a lot. And my son and I have a great relationship, now. And
this is a pretty tough girl wrestler right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Early
Bridget,
win
right?
for
Bridget's
Carrollton,
her first name,
6-0 lead
Bridget
in team
Hilliard.
score.
Well, Jamie, when we did the Jackson Hoover dual meet, for me to watch you call your son's match, I know how it's tough, and it's to see your child out there, to know the time and effort and the work that's been put in. You did a phenomenal job, my man. I know I've told you that before, but
thank you very much. But I know the sacrifices that he makes, and I know what all these kids make. This girl was at the dungeon every week getting pounded by dudes.
I think that's Chad's daughter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Bridget Hilliard.
Lighting it up right now.
Her dad was a wrestling coach in this area for a long time, and when his daughter showed interest, I think that's a huge part of why Minerva was first in line to really get behind the girls wrestling.
If you're gonna have a double leg takedown clinic, you better call her up.
Right?
It's it doesn't matter if they're boys or girls. She needs to recognize that girl can't stop her double leg. She needs to try something different.
And Hilliard out 12-6.
Now she's in a single leg to a front headlock. Yep.
Out to 14-6 now with 1:12 on the clock in the first period. And I have to mention too that Chad Hilliard, big fan of Stark Media, and I guess they have some get-togethers down in the basement. They get all the coaches over, and I'm sure his daughter's down there. They like to go down there and have a little fun and watch all the 50-some hours of live coverage that we've been able to put out there here in this wrestling season.
Kind of disappointed I haven't been invited over once.
Right? Chad's a good guy. I don't know Chad as well as I know as his brother Brian, but Brian Hilliard is one of my favorite people in the whole wrestling world that I met. He's just something about Brian that I just love that guy.
Well, he's just like you. You're not that likable.
Right.
We got about 28 seconds remaining here in the first period, and I believe they're trying to get the score worked out.
It's tough when it goes this fast on the scorekeepers.
Best ability is likability. Jamie Fausnight.
Right?
That is.
He's just mad about my ratings boost that I always give.
Yeah.
You know, when I come
The
on.
numbers don't lie. That's
They do
Larry's,
not.
Right.
That's Larry's go-to now. The
Right.
numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie.
And win there to put the Minerva Lions up on the
Tech
board.
fall in the first period.
5-point team score. So 5-12, Minerva down, Carrollton on top. And we're going to our third match of the night.
We will see her wrestle in Columbus on mat 4.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So you say down at the state tournament is going to be at the finals. There'll be 4 mats now.
No. They'll have all the same mats, but mat 4 is just for the girls.
Dedicated to the girls.
okay.
They'll have 10 mats like they always do.
Okay. I got you now.
Unless they do 11 and do something different. But I
Yeah.
think it'll just do 10 mats.
I think mat 4 is the one right in front of our loge, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that is mat 4.
Well, I know that
Loge.
had a nice phone call, a nice conversation this morning with Tim Streed, who handles a lot of the activities for OSHA, and we're excited to announce that we are going to be in the house. Jamie, Jim, John, myself, and I guess in between the action, we're going to have to come up and catch you in the loge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sweet 36. That's the
Sweet
one.
36.
Sorry,
Always remember Chris Spielman. That's all you got to remember. Chris Spielman.
Well, my birthday is March 6th, so I get the 3, I got the 6, and I'm going to be there, and I'm sure you'll have the full buffet spread up there.
Well, we've been trying to talk them into beers, but they won't do it for high school events.
And we'll see if we can pull some strings.
we leave that to the varsity club.
Staple down there in
Staple,
Columbus.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a little more evenly matched up with these two.
Yeah.
At the
This is
130.
big.
Nice double leg.
There you go.
Finish that.
Oh,
So after the forfeit on the previous, you have a 12-11 score, 12-11 lead for the Carrollton Warriors. Scoreless here in this first period, minute remaining.
130-pound weight class and 0-0. That double leg though she was in deep. She's got to finish that.
She needed to use her head a little bit and drive it across. She went straight in. She didn't really have much of a setup, and I mean there's quite a height difference here. You know, there's some leverage against power here, and I think she lost that bit of the battle right there.
Jamie knows all about that height differential.
Yeah, it's right up my alley.
Yeah, but it does matter. Yeah, it changes the whole
She's in on
game.
that double leg again.
Yeah.
She's in on it again. She needs
She's
to use
deep
her
this
head.
time.
That time she used her head.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, she's got it.
There it is. Oh, she made a quick reversal.
reversal.
She got the takedown and gives up the quick reversal. You know, I had a coach in high school, Walter Larchick. One of the big things that he already said, one of the big things that he always preached to us, the easiest time to score in wrestling is right after someone's scoring.
Absolutely.
Oh, and that's
all that. There you go.
Wow, she worked so hard for that takedown and then ended up getting reversed to a half and pin.
Nice half.
But that was a great,
Minerva Lions.
That's a great performance out of both girls.
So they just took the lead, 17-12 in the team race as we go into the next bout at 135.
Walter Larchick. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Well, you know what? That's one of the things I'll never forget. And you saw it right there.
Right.
In wrestling, a lot of times happens, especially with high school kids and younger, is when the referee awards a point. It doesn't matter what it is. Both guys will relax for a split second.
Yep.
If you attack as soon as points are scored, a lot of times you'll score right after that.
Right. Absolutely.
Kids relax.
100%. Well, they say sometimes at the end of the period.
Nice little high crotch. Yeah.
Beautiful high crotch.
That
was nice. Look at that crossface. She's all it.
Going right to a power half. She's a tall drink
very
of water
aggressive.
too.
Yeah, very aggressive. Got a nice rod right now.
I got to see a lot of the Stark County girls at the Samurai camp over the summer. And I don't really know who all I saw from these two teams that were there, but I'll tell you, that's the freestyle off season. There's lots of girls at Samurai. If if you have a young daughter that's middle school or up, I think that's what they run that as.
Right.
But that's a great place to take them to learn another style of wrestling, which is fun because most kids are a little nervous about the freestyle. But once they started, they realized, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. This is a little different than the training I've been putting myself through all year. So it's a nice little change of the routine. Oh, she goes right to a butcher.
Well, and then at the college level, it's actually freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it works out perfect. And obviously at the Olympic level, same thing. So
Girls wrestling is freestyle?
NAI, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
2-0 advantage here with 40 seconds remaining in the first period for the Minerva wrestler. 17-12 is your bout score. Advantage again, Minerva Lions.
Oh, the arm bar there.
There you go.
There. Well, you can see that the experience of the Minerva Lions is going to take hold here, because this is a team that not full of. They did not sign up 22 girls last year.
Right.
They've been wrestling for a few years.
You know, it's interesting that you say that about the experience of this Minerva Lions ladies group here. When we got a chance to sit down and talk to Nicole Jackman, she said, I was kind of pushed into this position. She goes, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know a whole lot about wrestling, you know, so she's had to lean on Coach Hilliard. I'm drawing a blank on the gentleman that assists her with the girls team. But, she's been fortunate to have some good people around her to help her in that sense. But, one of the coolest things when we had a chance to stop down there at Minerva was just to see the look on not only Coach Jackman's face, but the girls' faces when they got their team warm-ups. They had just been delivered. They pulled them fresh out of the box, the Under Armour. And that's always a cool thing, John. When we were going through it back in our day, everybody wanted to have the cool team warm-ups.
Oh, heck yeah.
And now we're a little bit jealous
merch.
because now they got the sweet dry fits and all that.
Big reversal there for the Minerva wrestler.
She got a little carried away trying to lift that leg, and she wrestled herself into some trouble.
2-0 advantage here for Carrollton. 23-12 advantage Minerva on your bout score. 1:18 remaining here in the first period.
Looking for that cradle. Coming right back to it. She's comfortable with that cradle. Ooh.
Crossface.
That was a nasty little crossface. Yeah.
Nice. I think she's been watching Landon.
She's doing a good job. She's changing sides. She's wrestling tough on top there.
Oh. Give us that side of it too, Larry, that so somebody like your son, Landon, what are the conversations like from the boys wrestlers to the girls that are just maybe trying to figure it out? Is there a lot of coaching going on?
Absolutely. They help each other a lot out there. They don't practice together, but they see each other right after practice.
That's cool.
And, wrestling's family. I mean, I don't care if you're a girl wrestler or a boy wrestler, who you are.
Right.
Carrollton rolling it over.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
She ran that over.
She needs to sink her half, or she can go reverse half there and put her away.
18 seconds remain in the first period.
She's going.
Oh, that's it.
There it is.
There it is.
Turn the lights on so you can see it.
Oh, boy.
Where'd this light come from?
He thought he was looking for the scapula with 5.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Carrollton getting it done.
I'm about to Google that word.
TJ,
Scapula.
let me.
Isn't that what you cut somebody with?
That's so funny.
Isn't that what my wife uses to make eggs in the
Right?
morning?
the scapula.
The spatula.
Oh.
All right, your bout score now goes to 23-18, advantage Minerva.
So I got to
Did
tell
they
you,
get the
between
wrong
matches
score?
here that we, so I went from being the youth coach to the Coach Carmen and I worked on the intro tonight.
Josh
So
Carmen?
we got a pretty nice intro. Yeah,
very nice intro.
Coach Josh Carmen?
Coach Josh Carmen. We
Hard
got a
work
nice
pays
little
off.
intro coming in tonight. It's going to be a build-up thing, and it's going to be fun.
Stark Media exclusive. I like it.
Yeah, there you
Uh-huh.
go. There you go.
Heard it here
Yeah,
first.
the
Something
inside
special coming
story.
down the pipeline.
Right.
Hey, shout out to Tom Bell. He said the lighting is on point.
On
It
point.
is.
Nice. Yeah.
Woo, Tommy Bell.
Tommy Bell.
All right, so a 30-23 victory for the Lady Lions. Check that. The Carrollton Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So we got a couple JV matches, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I thought they did that before this. Didn't
That
they
was
do the
middle
two
school.
JV?
That was middle
oh,
school
okay, gotcha.
JV. Yep.
All right, so now the lighting is no longer on point, Tom Bell, but you get to see the warm-ups. Shout out to everybody checking us out here right now. Close to 50 of you coming to you live from Carrollton High School. Let's talk about some of our partners here at Stark Media. All right, the Eagles FOE 190 located in downtown Massillon at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest. You can call them at 330-832-7385. And for just $24 a year, you can become part of a fraternity that donates over $100,000 a year to local charities. You look at some of their hours of operation. I got you, Coach. There's my LeBron James for the all-time leading scorer. All right, they're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Sunday. Go check out their website at eagles190.com. Also, some great things going on for Valentine's Day. They got some great specials for you and your significant other. So stop down there and check out our friends at the Eagles FOE 190. All right, our partners over at Hilscher Clarke Electric Company with locations all over Ohio. Their corporate office is at 519 4th Street Northwest in downtown Canton. You can call them at 330-452-9806 or check them out online at www.hilscher-clarke.com. That's HILSCHER-CLARKE. Hilscher Clarke is a local Stark County electrical contractor with more than 100 years of experience in the industrial, commercial, residential, and specialty markets. They have offices throughout Ohio, but have the capability to handle out-of-state work as well. They are one of the rare electrical contractors that perform a range of services from testing and data to design and engineering, functions typically handled by subcontractors. And at their core, Hilscher Clarke lives to do first things first. That's faith, integrity, respect, selfless, and team. Some core values that we see out here on the mat tonight. These core values aren't just words. They define who Hilscher Clarke is and how they conduct themselves every day. If you're somebody out there or know somebody out there looking to get into the electrical trade, I know they are part of NECA and IEBW, look at HilscherClarke.com. Go to their website at Hilscher-Clarke.com. And as we see the wind advisory that came blowing through here today, you got those trees that are getting too close to your property, getting too close to your automobiles. Contact our guys at McNeill & Sons Tree Service, located in the Portage Lakes. They're fast, reliable, and affordable. They'll leave your property in better shape than it was before, so don't let those trees get out of reach. Contact the professionals at McNeill & Sons and ask for Tom at 330-606-1126 and get a free quote. They'll consult you on your tree health and help your property maintain its integrity. And as my guy Larry Jenkins over here likes to segue from his guy on the microphone, if that tree comes down on top of your property or your automobile, contact CH Vallos and Associates, the leaders in the insurance industry at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. They've been a staple in that community for over 75 years, kind of like Jamie Fausnight. Call them at 330-494-2776 for all your home, auto, life, and financial service needs. Contact Chris or Jimmy Vallis at 330-494-2776.
Would it be wrong to ask for your autograph on the air?
No, I'm good,
because you're pretty good with that. I mean, you segued right into the tree on the car, into the insurance, into the Stapleton community of Fausnight.
And then,
Right.
Pretty good.
I got to say, that anytime I go to North Canton, I think two things.
Here we go.
Jamie Fausnight and Swenson.
I think about Puckers.
And
I love
Vallis
Puckers.
Associates.
Have you ever
Puckers too,
had
yeah.
the cheese sticks at Puckers?
Oh, there's some other Puckers.
The best cheese sticks ever. So we need to get them as a sponsor now, right?
Right.
Well, I know that there was
my
a
goodness.
I think
might
there
see
was a
them
stop
tonight.
that was made there. It's a frequent stop for not only my guys over here to the right, but as my basketball guys got done last week, they made a stop to go see Chris Vallis over there at Puckers, having a
Nice.
little some post-game fun. And just remind everybody as we talk a little bit of basketball, we talked here tonight that there's some hardware on the line, the EBC title on the line tomorrow night. The Federal League title in boys basketball is on the line. Myself, Lee Shooter Foster, we will be on location at my alma mater, the Glen Oak Golden Eagles. We will be in Plain Local tomorrow night as they welcome in the Green Bulldogs. Now, kind of a little tricky situation here. We'll spell it out for you. There's a three-way tie at the top of the Federal League in boys basketball. It's Green, it's Glen Oak, and it's the Jackson Polar Bears. Now, right down the road at the field house, the Jackson Polar Bears are going to have to go in to the McKinley Bulldogs in Canton City and see if they can get it done to be able to create a piece, a share of that title. Now,
That's
I will
absolutely always a tough task.
and it is, a lot of people have said, McKinley, what team is going to show up? I think they're kind of figuring it out. The Jackson Polar Bears, you always know that they're going to be well coached. They are going to be ready to go. But as I become the Green Bulldogs, as they come in Glen Oak, I'm going to say I'm a Bulldogs fan tomorrow night because I need the McKinley Bulldogs to get a dub. That way, when my Glen Oak Golden Eagles get it, I can sit there on the broadcast on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app and say, go Eagles. The Golden Eagles with a chance to win it tomorrow night. So make sure to join myself and Lee Foster. Well, you're not allowed to say that, man, because you abandoned me at Taft Middle School. We needed you.
Yeah, but my kids are there now.
Oh, yeah, okay. Now you're back in the circle now, man.
That's right.
My gosh.
That'll be fun. So look for us tomorrow night again on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app. At about 7:15, we'll get the Stark Media pregame show underway in Plain Local. We'll rock you right into tip-off, and should be a great night of high school basketball. We know the tournament's getting ready to start next week, and again, conversation I had this morning with our friends down at the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Excited, really, really excited for March 10th, 11th, and 12th, man. It's always electric. And, one of the cool things that they're going to do here this year, so when you have finals on Sunday night, right, they're going to get the mats situated. You're going to have 1, 2, 3 mats for your finals, and they're going to have, which they've never done before, audio broadcasting alongside Wrestle One tournaments and the K-Lies. Jim Bosick will be on one. I'm positioning Jamie Fausnight and John Lowery on one, maybe myself on the other, and working with our friends over there. We did a ton of great work with them for the state championships in football over at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. They love the work. They're bringing us back. We're going to be rocking down there at the Shot. And, man, looking forward to it. I can tell you guys, as we came down here on our trip down, we started talking a little Michael Hurley, and I was very close with the Hurley family. Mike and Ryan kind of grew up alongside those guys through high school. They always tried to get me to transfer up there to St. B. And
no way.
I was kind of thinking, man, I could have played with LeBron, and that would have been fun. But I didn't pull a John Lowry. I didn't head up. I didn't head up to Akron.
Stark County boys stay home.
We are. So
just thinking off the same offer I got, man.
That's my man right there.
Jamie, you were talking about your legendary tattoo that you got, man. Probably the greatest wrestling tattoo ever known to man.
It's there.
That is an atmosphere when the Parade of Champions, you come out there and you get to see who you're going to be wrestling for a state championship. The lights come down. You see that scarlet and red start to electrify. And, man, what a moment, right? To be there, to know that you have an opportunity to win a state championship, to see your opponent, to jog across to the middle, have to be a gentleman about it, right?
Gentleman's game, baby. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, there isn't much more that's more exciting than that moment at the state tournament when the lights do come down and all of a sudden there's just 2 guys out there. Well, there's 2 guys per division. You got 3 matches going on. There's never a bad or dull moment during those state finals.
True. Yeah.
There
never is.
Shout out to Chris Alexander. Says, shout out my boy John Lowry. Keep doing your thing, brother, man. You got, Larry Jenkins is getting called sexy. John Lowry, keep doing your thing, brother. I'll tell you what, I'm waiting for the Fausnight shot.
That was probably my aunt that called me sexy.
Yeah, probably. Definitely family.
Yeah. Hey, shout out right back at you, Chris Alexander, man. That's my homie.
Jamie,
great wrestler back in the day.
Is this it?
Yes.
Is this what you guys dialed in?
Baby.
I love it. It is in the air, man. I'll tell you what, the lights have dropped. That's a great feeling, man.
I like that.
Ooh.
A little Phil
Let's
Collins
go.
to get this party started.
Come on,
Eric
Philly
Knight.
Dilly.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Jamie, plug us in, man, as we talk about some more wrestling going around not only the Carroll County area, the Stark County area, Northeast Ohio area. You know that your son and his squad, Hoover Vikings, taking on the Lake Blue Streaks tonight. What do we know about that matchup?
Oh, you know what? I think it's another evenly matched up.
They're going to wait 3 minutes.
I think it's going to be a close one. I think if I was a betting man, I'd probably have to take the Blue Streaks by a pinch there. But I'll tell you, there's just so much good wrestling in the area. And our Federal League is just never a dull moment in Stark County in the Federal League. They're all neighborhood rivalries. You know?
But this right here, I mean,
so,
tonight,
So I
intro.
was as I was listening to Jamie over here, I'm listening to Larry over here, and did I hear Are they lining it up like the Mike Tyson hangover deal when they come into the
Yes.
drums? They're
Yes.
waiting about 2 minutes
We're
and 35 seconds.
3
and
minutes
come
and 17 seconds, baby.
I love it.
I
I love it, man.
Levi's going to come out with a cow.
I'm pumped out. I mean,
You know,
this
Jamie,
is-
I remember you were telling me that that you and your son Tanner, you guys would sit around the kitchen table and talk about
There it
what
is.
entrance music
There
would
they
I
come.
come out to. You know, this is it, man.
Yeah.
You see the boys, man.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's a draft coming behind there, man.
yeah,
You feel that?
baby.
I just got cooled off.
AC unit, yeah, in
Woo.
the building.
They timed it perfect, boys. Good job. I'm proud of
I
them.
love it. This
That's-
is going to be
that's spot
exciting.
This is going to be a good one.
That just made my entire season of high school wrestling.
Right,
That intro.
right.
That was amazing.
The next follow-up song, I don't really know
Uh,
this song. It's pretty crazy for me, but I don't know.
If you don't got these guys in your dual match schedule, you need to get your AD to call Carrollton up, get it set up.
What a great environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come down to the black hole, baby. Great times, man. Hey, shout out to Jason Eddy, who had talked to him weeks back when we kind of lined this thing up and made that official announcement over there at BW3s. Across from Mount Union University, the University of Mount Union. Hey, we're going to get a chance to pop out there on Sunday. Jim Bosick, myself, I know, Jamie, we might have you, but you're going to be shopping for a tuxedo, I believe, for your wedding party that you got to go to.
Or a Speedo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
it's
we're
gymnastic style.
yeah, we're going to get a chance to see Coach Riggs and his squad. They're going to have a try match with Ashland, the Eagles. They're coming in, and BW coming down as well. That should be fun. You know, we know that we have an open invitation to go up there to Case Western for the regionals. It's a different ball game, college wrestling, right? You know, tell me from your perspective, John.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of a legendary program like Walsh Jesuit, you know, you guys got state champs, you guys won a team state championship, but when you got
national titles,
national titles, when you got down to VMI, you know, I mean,
Right.
what was that feeling like, man? People always ask me about
was-
football, like
right.
what changes? Is it the speed? What changes in wrestling from high school to college?
It's definitely the speed, you know, and the secret sauce is out. You know what I mean? So every kid or team, Appy State kid or might be a kid from, you know, Oklahoma State, it don't matter, man. They all know the same exact thing, you know. It's just a matter of, you know, and they train the same way. You know, what's going on in that room is the same thing going on in your room. So it really comes down to who wants it. Yeah. Who's gonna show out that?
You know, the
day.
thing that we took away, we went down and watched Ohio State, Michigan State on last Sunday, and I took 5 of the boys down, and they're like, man, it's double legs. Like, it was high crotches. There was nothing fancy.
Yeah,
It's like a back to the basics kind of a thing.
it is.
it really
Yeah.
is. The difference really is the
Setup.
way the
Yeah.
chain wrestling. You know,
Yes.
a takedown isn't just going to be in 8 and 2 seconds. You know, they really have to work for it different. Those guys defend those things incredibly well, and then so you're almost in college wrestling. Your first shot, that first high crotch, is really your setup for your backside single and things like that. The
Right.
chain is different. In high school, you can be a really good high school wrestler if you do your A move, he does his B, and you have a C.
Yeah.
You know, when you get to college, you start getting into EFG, and like the chain is just deeper.
Well, college, you gotta have setups, multiple setups to hit that double leg or to hit
'Cause
that
he's
single
seen it
leg.
100
Yeah,
times.
the hand fighting, the elbow passing,
The level
that you
changes,
see, yeah,
everything.
a lot of level changing. It's that's a lot different than what you see out, you know, in the high school arena. Yeah. So
But these guys adjust very fast
Yeah.
because you're in that room for a month, and your brain just explodes with how slow you used to wrestle. You
True,
know, and
yeah.
then you understand that from
Right
playing at Ohio
now,
State.
now, so my feeling was, you know, in high school, and again, you wrestlers are a different breed, man, and you have to eat, breathe, sleep, all of it. You have to live this sport, right? But when you got to college, it's intensified even more, you know. But
it
to
does,
say that
yeah.
you're doing it even more than what you did at the high school level. You know, when I got down to Ohio State as a football player, they were doing things that I wasn't doing in high school.
Right.
You know, so when you got to college, did
Well, here,
you see that?
Yeah, absolutely. Because now you got a lifting program.
Yep.
Now you have a diet. You have a team nutritionist. You have a you're doing a team cardio that's Lance Armstrong material. I mean it's all a new experience if you're coming out of a weekly what's a high school team practice week? How many hours? 12, 14 hours a week?
Probably.
Yeah. So now you're going literally your week's 30 hours a week.
You could triple that.
Or triple that easily.
The other thing that's
a whole new page
that made me really grow, when I got to college as a wrestler, and I will never claim to have great accolades in college, but I was a pretty tough guy in the room. You wouldn't, if I was the worst guy on your team, you'd be just fine with how good your team was. But I'll tell you this. When you grow up in Carrollton or you grow up in Minerva or North Canton, you're wrestling every day kids that were taught almost exactly like you. When you get into a college room, you grab one guy and he can be completely different than any other guy in the room. The style, the technique, the different ways he sets things up, the different attacks that he has. You go to Claymont, you're going to see a couple cradles.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's every kid that you grab. Yeah.
Well,
every kid you grab has a different background. And that makes your brain, like, you absorb it so much faster. It was so amazing, the friends that I made in those wrestling rooms, because I knew if I had this guy, it was time to go upstairs a little bit. Or if I grab this guy over here, I got to protect my legs and I got to be ready. The styles and the techniques that were coming at you were not similar than anything else in the room.
Right. Well, it's exactly that. It's generic made versus authentic made.
Yeah.
It's that guy that takes what he just picked up in that college room from the cardio, from the weight training, from the 30 to 90 hours a week, and applies it to his style and makes it his own. And that's your X factor.
In high school, we didn't lift and we didn't have a diet and stuff. When I walked in the room down in Waynesburg, PA for our first team meeting, they were like, "This is a dietitian. This is a strength coach."
Right,
it's
like what the heck?
It's like, I mean, we put on bulk. I mean,
what
like that.
What I just sign up for?
Absolutely.
Right,
We didn't have any of that in high school.
I always, I look at, running. I say, hey, the high school experience is the track meet. College experience is the marathon.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's
a fair statement. It's a fair statement, I think, too, because it's a lot of you versus yourself too.
It is.
Well, you can
whole sport is
sign
you
up.
versus
You can sign up and you can run track and have a good time. When you sign up for cross country, you're signing up for something that's a little different.
You're being your best time.
There's definitely passion there. There's definitely you want to improve every time you compete or practice or anything like that.
But the mental side of this sport, the food and the eating is, I'm watching my son and he's hit a little bit of a growth spurt right now, and it's brutal, and this is what mentally separates us from everybody else. It does.
It does, yeah.
Larry,
and it carries through. I'm 52 years old and it's carried through in my life,
I got to ask you, when you were down there in Columbus for that, for Michigan State and Ohio State, did you by chance notice the PA announcer?
Yes.
He was intense, wasn't he?
Absolutely.
Matt Leininger.
Yeah, he's from West Holmes. I love that guy.
Man. He so him and I were teammates on the North-South All-Star game. We were teammates for the Big 33 All-Star Classic. And then he went on to be a 4-year starter for Bowling Green at defensive end. Total stud. And he's kind of got into the same thing we're doing here, broadcasting. He is the official PA guy for the Columbus Clippers. And he's been contracted out. I think he does all the game day activities inside of the Horseshoe, but he's got the perfect voice. He's got the energy for it. And I know that he's really he's kind of taken off and taken Ohio State wrestling under his wing as far as
he's done a great job,
a pride thing of making that electric feeling again. As we talk about our friends Hilscher Clarke, that electric feeling. You felt that, didn't you, when you went down there?
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that I want to talk about as a fan, not as a dad, not as a wrestler, not as a fan at that match, when they're saying that's 2 takedown, that's 3 back points, 4 back points, that's a reversal, and this kid is ranked number whatever in the nation versus this kid ranked number whatever. It was so nice to know all the backstories and stuff. And you got to realize there's people here tonight that have never been to a wrestling match in their entire lives.
Yeah.
And we got to remember that. And I think if we had like an announcer, even in high school matches, saying, "Hey, that's a stall call," or this is a takedown, or he only got 3 swipes, so it's 2 back points. I just think it made it so much more fun down there watching that meet.
Yeah, and I think that's really one of the things that our guy Jim Bostic does a great job at. He handles pretty much all the PA announcements for Jackson.
Yeah.
You know, he goes in
does
there
do a good job, yeah.
for wheelchair basketball.
Yeah.
Makes it
I
electric,
love
you
that,
know,
yeah.
and all of those student athletes, they deserve that. And, you know, as you mentioned, you know, people I've told people now, as we've kind of gotten this wrestling section at Stark Media off the ground and running, and a lot of that is thanks and kudos to these guys here. Thank you to you as well, Larry, for all the times that you've joined us out at some of the different tournaments. Now here at the duel between Carrollton and Minerva. You know, people, I tell them all the time, if you tune in to one of our broadcasts and you didn't know crap about wrestling, you're going to learn something.
You will, yeah.
Because this group of guys I got right here next to me, man, you know, the way you guys are able to bring it and describe it, it's different. And as I post on all of our social media platforms, say, you know what, you listen into one of these broadcasts, and it's going to be different, next level type stuff. And I don't, you know, I'm not one to like to pump guys' heads up, but you know, you guys know this sport better than anybody. You know, so I mean, he could drop you guys off in the middle of a jungle and watch two gorillas wrestle against each other, and you guys would.
We'll find a wrestling room.
Exactly.
We'll
there you go.
You know, it's where we're comfortable, and you know, like this is something that I've watched since I can remember. You know, and what's cool is if we can do a good job, if we can do a good job of painting a picture for people who love wrestling and the people who've never seen it before, then we're doing something right. You know, I'll tell you the biggest challenge ever was when you looked at me and said that we were going to post the Perry Graham match, just audio.
Yeah.
And I looked at you and I'm like, I've never heard a wrestling match on the radio in my life.
Yeah.
You know, and I've loved wrestling, you know, my whole life. And so that was like a personal challenge. And it's so fun to get a chance to do this and share it with people that can't be here. You know?
I don't think I've ever met a wrestler that didn't like a challenge. You know, that's your lifestyle, right?
You gotta love the sport, and it's a passion.
And that's part of our job, what we do here with you know, trying to be professionals at live broadcasting, and that's painting a picture. Although we do have the video here with this audio, you know, when you're doing radio broadcasts, as you mentioned, Jamie, when there is no video and you're just trying to paint that picture, it's our job to do that. And I'll tell you what, we're going to give a shout out here to Ryan Lang, because he just said, who are you guys? Well, Ryan will tell you. I'm TJ Downing, John Lowery, Larry Jenkins, and Jamie Fausnight, the four-piece rocking here in Carrollton. He said, you guys are awesome. I coach at the Citadel and have a Chris Contapides autographed VMI workout shirt.
That's my teammate, bro. That was my teammate. Yeah, Contapides.
Nice name drop.
Yeah.
He said, great coverage. I'll be doing the SoCon Division I NCAA qualifier in Boone, North Carolina at App State. So shout out to you, Ryan Lang.
Nice.
Appreciate you jumping on here and tuning in, man.
I'll tell you a Dave Riggs, Stark County story real fast there. Me and Ryan Lang riding with Dave up to Michigan, to Ann Arbor, wrestling Ohio. It was like a Ohio team kind of event, and it was a dual match. I think it was freestyle, and maybe Ryan could add to the comment on it, but it was like every time we get to like a stop sign or something like that, Dave was like, get out of the car, run down to the stop sign. I'll pick you up. You guys got to make weight. We got short time.
Dave Riggs, what a great guy.
Yep, shout out to Dave, man. Legendary.
I'm sure over that legendary career, there's a lot of stories.
That
could be told.
No, yeah, one of the, you know, you talk. I always, you know, see that Jamie's kind of like the, you know, step coach to a lot of these kids out there, and you know, Dave Riggs is kind of like that to me and many others. Yeah, so
well, lots of coaches see other coaches like that, and that's where you aspire to be. It's not just to make your team the best; it's to see all of these kids grow. And you know, I see my coaching in a lot of these Carrollton kids. I see some in the Minerva kids that have just been around me, and like, but guys like that are the inspiration, like Dave Riggs and Walt Talarczyk and Randy Glover and Bill Barger.
I seen Glover today, man. I was picking up my son from Glen Oaks. Yeah, I was like, Randy with 8 A's.
You know, I always told the parents, I was pretty simple about it. I'm going to do what's best for the sport. I'm going to do what's best for my team. More than likely, if I do those two things, it's going to be what's best for your kid.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just how I broke it down. And, you know, wrestlers are just, we love this passionate.
All right, we got the announcements being made here. Again, this is senior night in Carrollton. Real quick, Larry, we just had another one pop up on here on the chat, and it's the legendary Brian Shaw shouting out Let's go, Warriors. We want to shout out Brian, shout out all he's done for us here at Stark Media, efficient pipeline. Talk about what Brian Shaw has meant to the Carrollton Warrior Wrestling program, not just the wrestling program, but the entire high school here.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that as a small school, we always had a hard time finding a practice facility. Brian Shaw in his office, when he sold his Yellow Page business, he built a wrestling room in the back of it, and that gave our youth a place to practice in.
That's a big deal, man.
Robert Newhouse is down there, David Bavery, all these kids. We take them out to Brian's cabin, and we have this haunted forest and scare them. And I mean, we had so much fun. But it gave us a facility to practice in all the time, right?
Brian's cabin, is that kind of like Dawson's Creek?
Yeah.
Stock Pond.
I'm already starting to make
Yes.
Stock Pond.
The fisherman.
But, those are Perry guy names,
Yeah.
And Tyler Warner from Claymont was there. The Peters kid, Lane Peters was there. All these kids. And, we had a facility. Brian made that all possible. And our program has done nothing but excel from that moment on.
I think I mentioned to you, TJ, that it's not like Carrollton needed it. It's not like they needed those types of things. They were a school that deserved it.
Yeah.
They paid their dues, like we said before.
Yep.
A school that took so much pride in their wrestling, never had a state champion and things like that. But it was you always know that you're in a real battle when you got a Carrollton kid on the other line.
Well, you know what though? Every program needs something like that. To have that experience. It makes a big difference. That. A lot of people ask me about, you're on that team with Barger. What did he do different? That's the kind of stuff he did different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right there.
And we don't have a lot of business down here. We don't have a lot of industry down here, so we don't have a lot of people to pull from. I know Jamie told me a long time ago that the wrestlers at North Canton had a certain core of businesses they went to. The basketball team went to another set. Our businesses get bombarded from everything from Girl Scouts and 4-H to the wrestling program, So
Well, Brian, I know you're still out there listening, and as Jamie plugged me in on the Stock Pond, man, let's make a special appointment here after we see these Carrollton Warriors down at the state tournament, bringing home some hardware. I want to come up there and cast a couple lines, man.
Absolutely. He's got a great fishing pond.
You do not have to be a good fisherman to catch fish in Shaw's Pond.
That's right.
I love it, man. Boy, it's getting close here, man. You can feel the people behind us, the excitement in here. It's senior night here in Carrollton. Jamie Fausnight, John Lowery, Larry Jenkins, TJ Downing joining you here live on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody tuning in to us, man. I think we might be breaking some records here tonight. And again, real quick, just talking about a little basketball because I heard you mention that, Larry. Shout out to the Carrollton Warriors. Shared the EBC title with the Alliance Aviators. And, I believe Carrollton had to go up there to Harry Fales Gymnasium and get the W to get a piece of that title. As we talked about in the open, man, not an easy thing to do. Kind of the most rewarding thing to get done when you can do it on somebody else's house. Yeah, man.
Like it.
Well,
and they went from worse team in the EBC last year. Carrollton was.
Right. And, it's you feel the excitement as the game starts. And then by the end, quiet. You can hear a pin drop in that place because the Carrollton Warriors are getting it done, knowing you're getting a piece of that title, man. So
I don't think this gym's going to be like that tonight.
I don't think so, man. All right, here we go. Time to rock and roll here.
So we're here at 175. We have, is that Aiden McNutt?
Yeah,
there?
Aiden McNutt.
And Hunter Dietrich is who I have showing here.
Yeah, Hunter's ranked 15th in the state.
Tough wrestler. I believe he had a pretty strong showing over there at Top Gun.
Yeah, he did. Both of these teams did. I looked through the brackets actually at Top Gun just because I knew that both teams were there. And
Minerva and Carrollton were heavy in that, man.
Yeah, both of these teams are tough as nails. This is a spot where Minerva's looking for a pin. They want points bad right here to get out off to a fast start.
Yep.
Almost a minute into this first period. 2-0 advantage for the Minerva Lion. Hunter.
He's working very hard. He's looking for an arm bar there. Really love where he's running it there from. I'd like to see him maybe even go. He's moving on to something else there.
Ooh.
Oh, nice little crossface to Looking Butcher first here.
Yep. Pretty intense.
Right to a cradle. That's nice. Needs to lock it up before he takes him over. You don't want to get too greedy. You got to lock that up before you take him to his back.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's trying for the pin here.
Yeah,
He's being
there is
very
no
aggressive
doubt
with
about
it. He knows what his job is.
That's an interesting concept that you mentioned there, Jamie, getting too greedy. You have to kind of know when to just kind of pull back the reins a little bit, time and place for everything.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes when you try too hard, it makes it even harder. You know,
And being too aggressive can open
Absolutely.
yourself up.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Definitely. He's running that bar hard.
well, that arm's clear up to the neck there.
Yeah, and
Look at
he's
that.
letting it ride.
Oh,
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any back points yet. None. And I'll tell you what, we are fortunate to have Jerry Tennant, one of the best referees in the business out there. He's a good friend of mine. He lives in my area, and we see each other frequently. He's one of the very best.
All right, that brings an end to the first period. It'll end 2-0 lead for Hunter Dietrich. And, you know,
It's an awful lot of work for just a 2-point lead.
you could kind of see what you talked about here as far as the lamp goes. You got the two officials out there, but you could see how hard that official was working to try and see because of the shadow underneath. From our vantage point, could not tell.
And on top of it, that was a kind of a nasty armbar, so he was checking to see if it was safe as well.
I gotta
He
say,
was looking for potentially dangerous as well.
just from I was just in and out at the gym, and it's like walking into the Thunderdome, man.
Yeah,
and Ryan
that's
Lang
awesome.
knows what I'm talking about. Going to the real Thunderdome down there at VMI at Cock Hall, man. That's a very similar experience. So
Heard you mention that at Ironman.
yeah, shout
Welcome
out
to Thunderdome.
yeah, shout out to Carrollton, man. What a venue
Great,
for
a
this
great
event.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
And you know what's even better than that? As you look across here, you can see on the camera, you see the youngsters over there sitting down there, got the got legs crossed.
Yep.
That side, taking
That's
it
the
in, the future,
The lifeblood.
seeing what you
Yeah.
want to be and what your vision of the future looks like, man. It's right there.
I always said that one of the first things a wrestler needs to go from a kid on the wrestling team to actually being a wrestler is he needs to see someone that he aspires to be like. You know, they don't see him on television and all that
this
stuff.
isn't good here.
They
Hunter
see this
working
in
it.
person.
Yeah, it's
TV.
not good.
It's tight.
He's got
Might
it
be
tight.
some
He's got a minute, 10
that
seconds.
swing
left.
match
That's right.
moment.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is the
Minerva
kind of- this
strikes
is what we were
first
talking
blood.
about.
Yep.
These
Yep.
swing match,
Minerva's
yeah, the bonus points in these
Yep.
can really make or break this thing.
Yep, that's the difference right there.
Hunter, man, he's excited.
This is a huge match for
he
us right
put
here,
the six
boys.
shooters up in the air, man.
saw
After he
that.
come up off the top, man.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West, baby. Billy the Kid. Quickest in the West.
Oh, they're going to forfeit at 90.
Oh, they
Wow.
forfeited Ben's in on senior night.
So now you're gonna have a 6-6 team score tied up here.
The gamesmanship begins.
Let the games begin. Yeah, this is where strategy kicks in.
That was interesting too, because that was something that kind of happened at that Hoover Jackson duel where they forfeited AJ Dolph,
Right.
and then
Second
you said that
match.
same thing. You
Yep.
said, "Here comes the gamesmanship.
Yep.
Here comes the chess match."
They're looking for matchups. You know, I said last week that, you know, in the fight game, styles make fights. In high school wrestling, matchups make duels. You know, it's huge.
Jamie's 100% on that. Yeah.
I guarantee you they were thinking they'd get a win here.
We need 6 here. We need 6 here.
And this is, again, another swing match.
Yep.
Yeah,
This is a big match
He's
for
looking
us.
for his half. These look like both young guys.
Yeah, Spilker's ranked.
2-0 advantage here for Carrollton with a
28
minute 30 on
What's
the
he
clock
ranked?
in the first
He had
period.
a really
These are
good top
2:15s
gun.
out there.
Yeah, he had a really good top gun
Well,
tournament.
this is what I love about a dual match is the whole team gets to pull through. You know, it's not the guys you read about every weekend in the paper or you see on the Boro fan report.
Everybody
Yeah.
has to do their part.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, this could be a huge win if they don't get the pin here by Carrollton. You know, if this Minerva kid can manage to keep this match within 7 points, that might be what exactly the coaches that was a part of their game plan.
That could be a win for them. Yeah, exactly.
Under a minute go.
That's
Stalling call on
Early
on
on.
Minerva here. First period stalling call.
Yeah.
50 seconds remain here in the first period. And after we end this first period, got a question I want to pose to all three of you. Again, welcome in here to the home of the Carrollton Warriors. TJ Downing, John Lowery, Jamie Fausnight, and Larry Jenkins keeping you plugged in here.
30 seconds to go in the first period. 2-0 match. Stalling warning on Minerva.
Spilker, ranked 28 in the state, leading 2-0.
215-pound weight class. If you're just tuning in.
15 seconds remain.
Also, they began on the 175-pound weight class.
Correct.
I'd have called Carrollton for stalling too. He hasn't done anything either. He's riding the hips. Yeah, I don't like seeing that. You got a job, go out there and do it.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, that's a tough one. I think, you know, which, you know, being a fellow Ohio wrestler, you know, you're always taught, hey, here we're takedown kings, right? Yeah.
Yep.
All right, to the second period we go. 6-6 team score here, tied up between the Carrollton Warriors and the Minerva Lions. 2-0 advantage for Owen Spelker. So the question I want to pose to you guys here, if you're Owen, you're coming out here, and you know that you don't have to deal with Caden Haynes, what's your mindset?
Yeah.
Knowing, okay, hey, I don't have to face the number 3 ranked wrestler in the state of Ohio.
It might be.
What's going through your head?
Thank God.
Yeah, right.
It's still pressure.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
still
It's
pressure
still
because
pressure.
You don't want to have a bad
now,
showing.
now his job changed. Now he's
Right.
required to go
Yeah.
out there and pin somebody.
Or win.
You know, yeah.
I think it adds pressure. Exactly
Absolutely.
what Jamie's saying. Yeah,
It's the same.
because now your expectation level just shot through
Yeah.
the roof.
If you get pinned by Haynes, I mean, you were sort of
Right.
expect to get pinned by Haynes.
Right.
Now you got to beat this kid.
Yeah.
You should kind of be licking your chops, right? Like, okay, this is a
Absolutely.
guy that I can kind of toss around a little bit.
Oh man. Yeah. Exactly.
And I've watched Spilk wrestle all year, and he's not wrestling his match right now. He's trying to do things that he normally doesn't do because he's trying too hard. You know, and
That's a part of it.
and
That's
that's a
why.
huge
That's
part
why
of
I like to go a couple takedowns to loosen yourself up. So a lot of times, especially these size guys, you take them down to their back almost as much as you take them down to their, you know, to their belly, and they're used to fighting off half Nelsons and things like that.
Right.
Minute remaining
He's
in the
working
second
both
period.
underhooks.
3-0 lead for Spilker.
Oh, he's going for the chin. Oh boy. Oh.
That's stalling again. I was
Oh,
just going to say
yeah.
that. That's 1 point. Yep.
That's the second stalling call in 2 minutes and 9 or 3 minutes and 9 seconds into the match.
It's fun watching Jamie do math.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Well, we were talking about on the way down though, like you know, not my
That's
thing
nice
either.
of
Yeah, we look at the momentum in the match and the, you know,
Yeah.
those turning points that we're seeing right now.
The
Yeah.
score doesn't always matter. It's about the performance. The score
Yeah.
takes care of itself.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Those numbers will fizzle.
30 seconds remaining in the second period.
that.
6-0 lead for Owen
I
Spilker.
love that. He got the crossface, but grabbed the far wrist. He
Yeah.
just needs to crank that in next time. Yeah. You know, the C215s move like this though.
Yeah.
I was saying at the North Canton Holiday. I won't say classic. Jamie.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, I was saying that this is the year of upper weights, man.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen 215s and heavyweights
Wow.
move like these cats.
There's
The
some good
year
ones out there.
of the
There's some good
heavies.
ones. There's some good ones out there.
All right, to the third period we go. 6-0 lead here for Owen Spilker, the Carrollton Warrior, here in the 2:15 matchup. 6-6 bout score, team score.
Well, I'd like to at least get a major decision here.
Yeah, you got a good bonus
Yeah.
here.
Got to get bonus.
Again, why I like to get a couple takedowns. Start to build your lead a little bit.
Yeah. Hips away there, Owen. Come
But
on, man.
he gets an escape and a takedown. That puts him into the bonus here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yep. He must have,
7-0 lead now for Spilker.
JB, he must have heard you through osmosis on that one. Yeah, he got the
Sometimes they
escape
do.
right on that. Yeah, I know those North Canton boys do. They're
Boy,
always
he had their
Yeah.
attention. We were all the way up on the
second level.
we were
Yeah.
up top,
There's your
man.
bonus.
We were at
in
the
the ivory-
mezzanine level, and they heard
They
Fozzie.
didn't hurt.
We're up in the ivory tower, and they're looking up
They
for
just knew.
coaching from him. Yeah.
Tell you what, if Skip Locken was there and he did his whistle, I know exactly where he was at. It was
Exactly.
the only thing I heard in that whole gym when I wrestled.
I know Skip, man.
Yeah.
He's the
Love
man,
Skip.
yeah.
Minute remaining here in the third period. 9-0 advantage for Spilker.
Stalling
Third
again.
stalling call. Next one is worth 2.
Yep.
Out to 10-0.
I'm of the thought process you go back on your feet and you just keep hitting takedowns. He's scoring easier each time.
I'm with Jamie on that. Going
Far
back to what I
side
was saying.
half. Far
yeah.
side half.
Well,
All that Minerva kid is thinking, stay off my back.
Yep.
Put him to work
Well,
on your feet.
well, going back to what we said earlier, we're the the takedown kings, right?
Yeah.
So
30 seconds left in the third
pick
period.
him and get to 2 right now.
It's a 10-point lead. Looks like it's just going to be a regular major decision. 1 bonus point.
That's
Another
huge.
stall
That's
call.
huge, though. Yeah, that 1 point's huge.
That should be 2. See, the side ref is letting him know it's 2.
Uh-oh. Yeah. He just ran
And then
over.
the next one is the disqualification, but there's not enough time for all that.
1 second remains, and bam, throws him to the ground.
Hey, shout out to the Minerva boy, because that in their mind, that's a win.
Yep, he did his job.
Yeah, he did not get pinned.
Yep, he did his job.
Yeah, so
Final score 11-0. Spilker getting his hand raised out there underneath the spotlight, looking over at the home crowd.
this spotlight, the environment here is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
Nobody does a high school dual match like Carrollton, man. Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, this needs to happen everywhere. If you're tuning in, your high school isn't doing this, which I know they're not. Start doing it this way. Carrollton,
Just look
man.
at the
This is
crowd here
amazing.
All right, the heavies coming out there now. We've got Aiden Shaw, the junior from Carrollton, taking on Hatcher Sabatin, the sophomore from Minerva.
Look at these guys are going at it,
Love
man.
it. You gotta love
This
that,
hand
man.
fight is intense.
Combative.
Year of the heavyweights, right here. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, the upper weights are moving. This isn't like watching paint
There's
dry.
nice little front headlock. Spins behind. That's
Wow.
TJ, that's a perfect example right there. He didn't get greedy. He turned,
Yeah.
he went around, he got his points. Those are the scenarios where kids wrestle themselves into trouble. He's got a nice ankle breakdown. He's got him down flat right to the half.
Look at that bar. He
He's
barred it up.
He's a little high.
Chest to chest.
Settle back a little bit. He's settled back
Wait
a
a
little.
minute. There we go.
There we go.
Shaw
There's
looking to
your back
roll
bounce.
over Hatcher.
There it is.
That's it.
That's
it.
it. That's a
And that
pin.
official right there, he's got
It's
perfect
close.
lighting to see that as Shaw's trying to get him
I
straight
know.
down.
Right.
Yeah!
All day long, baby. All day.
Yeah, we
Minute
needed that one right
5
there.
into the first period, leading 2-0. Shaw closes
Wow.
and seals the deal,
All
puts
day.
the Carrollton Warriors out
Waiting for that
16-6.
official to call it, man. That was great.
Yeah, that was
So I
good.
think we're gonna have a forfeit here with.
He had
with
advantage
Landon.
of that light on that one.
Yeah. Let me shed some light on that.
Advantage spotlight. All right, as we move to 106, as you mentioned, you get the forfeit.
All right.
We also know that I believe
Business.
132 for Minerva.
That was
Hilliard also mentioned. I don't think that they're going to have their
Scratch.
132.
This
Yeah,
one
I
was
think it's
another one
yeah, I
they said
think it was
wasn't going to be there.
Okay, so now you're going
that's
to
a
push
bummer.
out 28-6 for the Carrollton Warriors, looking to wrap up an outright EBC title, your Eastern Buckeye Conference.
Okay, our job
Well,
here
I'll
is
tell
not
you
to
what.
get pinned.
That'd be a solid
Yep.
winter sports season here,
Yeah.
man. Hey, bring a little hardware home
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the hoops.
Wow, yeah.
I'll
Bring
tell
it
you
home
what.
here on the wrestling mat.
Yep.
This will be a good one.
Yeah. Nah,
This
you
is
know,
a tough freshman. This Childs from Carrollton and Connor Norris from Minerva.
Connor Norris ranked 14th in the state,
Tell you what,
a junior.
Carrollton can wear those pinstripes better than a Yankee can. That's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing
They
I
look
got to
like Claymont.
remind my guys over
Yeah,
here to the
well,
right.
you see, there we go. Well, we got to talk about
Sorry, I
the
couldn't help
pinstripes.
myself.
Yeah.
The Yankee
I
pinstripes.
even got people down in Indian Valley that are busting me about the pinstripes. Yeah,
Hey, we'll call it an ode to Thurman Munson, the legend, the Yankee legend. He loved those pinstripes, man. Hey,
Right.
Major League Baseball in Cooperstown, put that guy in the freaking Hall of Fame, man. He deserves to be there. All right, guys, I want to remind you, as our presenting sponsor, Hilscher Clarke Electric Company, always does during all of our matches, we're going to have our electric wrestler, what do we call that? Spark plug wrestler.
Nothing.
You have your electric match of the evening at the end. So we're going to keep our eyes open here and see who we might give those awards to at the end of this deal.
Boy, Norris has put a lot of muscle on in the offseason, Jamie. That's the first I've seen him.
Yeah, he does
I
look
didn't get
very
to see him.
strong.
He looks really big and strong. So I was telling you earlier, Childs is a kid that just came to Carrollton. He's from Rhode Island.
He gave up 2 there.
Yeah, on a little cheap tilt. But he was a state champion as an 8th grader over there. I don't know what Rhode Island wrestling's like.
I have no idea.
State champ's a state champ, right?
State champ, state champ,
State
yeah.
champ, state champ.
I'm coaching a college team. I'm recruiting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, though, to that point, as 30 seconds remain here in the first period, 4-0 advantage to the Minerva Lion. Would that Rhode Island state champion come into Northeast Ohio or the state of Ohio and have the same type of success?
Good.
You never
You
can
never know.
tell.
Yeah,
I'll
you could,
I'll
yeah.
field this one. You never can tell. when you're talking about the elite guys are the elite guys.
Yeah.
When you
Doesn't
get in
matter where you're
Ohio,
from.
when you get in Ohio, the depth is different.
Well,
We'll put our sixth placer against anybody else's.
Absolutely.
Ohio, New Jersey, Iowa, New York. When you're talking about the top guys are legit. The depth is just different.
well, help me out here. That's
Got a blood stoppage.
Rhode Island's. That's New England, right? So, so New England does this thing called. They have their own. They take the number one from each state. So all your state champs, they roll them in. They have the New England championship.
Really?
That's the best of the best. I gotta tell you, I've wrestled those cats before at the Beast of the East tournaments like that, and they will rip your face off.
Yeah.
Good clam chowder too, right?
Great clam chowder.
Yeah. I'm a meat and potatoes guy for a while. I want no clam chowder.
Give me a can of Campbell's Chunky Soup, New England clam chowder style.
Bumblebee tuna.
Here we go.
Roast beef with mashed potatoes and mushrooms.
Gotta love it. 28-6 team score lead for the Carrollton Warriors.
This is where the Lions need to make up some ground. They need bonus.
They need
here.
6 here.
2 seconds remain here in the first period of the 120-pound match, and we will head to the second period. 4-0 advantage for the Lions.
I don't think Childs is the dude that you can just expect to get
No.
to just go out and pin.
No, absolutely not. No, he's really impressed me this year. He really has.
Yeah.
Nice kid, nice family, man. They got
I
got
like
a
that
8th
story,
grader or a 7th grader and a 5th grader, I think. Just they're all about being in the mission. They travel all over the place, inner city stuff. They do a lot of inner city stuff. So
it's a cool story. Oh boy, got caught him in a little bit of a pancake there. No back points yet. Now they're starting to count.
Come on.
Got a leg in. Got. Good
He's all right there, though. He's all right.
He's
always an angle.
There.
Oh boy, yeah, there always is. Oh, he might have him here. He might. He's coming out.
He's coming out the back door. He's coming out.
He might
He
score.
got
here.
it. Yeah, he's gonna score here.
7-0 lead for
And the
Norris.
crowd,
There you go. That's Rhode Island wrestling
9-0
right there.
lead now with 1:19 remaining in the second
Well,
period.
and you know as well as I do, that gives you a little confidence now. Like, wow, I'm getting pounded on, and now I just got a reversal.
9-2 as Childs, the freshman, able to get his first 2 points of the match, as now Connor Norris adds another point. It's 10-2 with a minute remaining in the second period.
I'll say this, even from from a coaching standpoint, that those New England kids, that the physicality is definitely there.
Yeah,
it's just as we saw this guy battle through that, man.
They better bang somebody's head on from a front headlock like
Norris
Norris
looking
just
for
did.
it.
That's bad.
Because I'll tell you what, that was as physical as it
sweet.
gets.
Yeah, as physical as it gets.
You
You're right,
can
Damon.
keep your
clam
New
chowder.
England crap over there. I'm an Ohio kid. I like this wrestling. It don't get more physical than that.
Got him folded up in the pretzel.
I thought he
Goes
was in
out
trouble
14-2. Norris advantage.
I thought it was over.
I thought it was over too.
25 seconds remaining in the second period. 14-2 now lead for Connor Norris. Ranked 14th in the state. The junior, the Minerva Lion,
against the freshman John Childs.
looking to close this thing out. 10 seconds remain here in the second period.
So now it starts to get, he's got a 12-point lead going into the third.
So we start looking at bonus.
They have to start. Well, they already have bonus.
bonus.
What they need to do is they're looking for turns that are pins. They're not going to hit tilts.
That's what Chad's
They're
saying
not
right
gonna hit
now.
those things.
Yeah.
They're going to look for ways to pin him.
Yep. So I would choose neutral if it was my choice.
So
it's
the kind of bonus.
Or
you
you
get,
can. There's a school of thought you can choose top and let him go to give you another takedown opportunity to put him to his back.
Right. Yeah.
And the one thing I always hear you guys talk about with this sport, no other sport out there like it, you still have an opportunity to get that pin.
Childs can win this match. Don't think he can't.
No doubt. 14-2. Norris leading
He's got to
Childs.
score here. Oh, he needs to straighten his leg.
Whoa,
There he goes.
This
There it
dude's-
is.
He's scoring, man. I love that. Way to finish strong.
That brings it within 10.
Yeah.
That brings it within 10. He gets a set of back points. He might take this out of the bonus.
Going John the Pope Lowery Desperado style.
Yeah, absolutely.
120 match here.
Shout out to Ray McDonald on that. Yeah.
15-4 lead for Norris.
Why he's wanting to tie up with somebody with his arms that big, I wouldn't want to tie up with him.
I'd be running,
He's looking for big moves.
Yeah.
1 minute to go in the third. We have a 17-4 match. I think he's going to go back to his feet here. You got to at least get the tech fall.
You got to get your head
You
in
got to
the
at least get the tech fall here.
There you go.
He's got the cradle. That's tight. That might be it. That might be it.
That's it.
Oh, he stepped over that leg. There it is.
There it is right there. Yep.
There we go.
Wow.
Norris
The pin.
seals the deal with 32 seconds remaining in the third period.
He worked very hard for that.
He did.
That was not easy. Yeah.
Childs gave it all he had right there.
He really did.
Yeah, shout out to him on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now here's the big match. This is the
is
one
gonna
that
be
we've
good.
been talking about all day, all week. Levi's just got to go out and do his thing.
The cow herder.
The cow herder.
My man,
love
Levi Pigeon.
Yep,
What a strong kid he is.
Levi Pigeon, the junior, ranked 8th in the state.
All right.
Taking on Strader, the senior, ranked 10th.
You can tell he grew up watching the
Huge
Physique
match right
boys.
here.
He's down on one knee. He's bringing that guy down to his level, and then he works his way up.
I was just going to ask Coach Jenkins about that. I see a lot of Carrollton boys doing that.
It started with Benny Pazook.
Okay.
That's where it started at.
Yep.
And, these kids love Benny. He was their hero, still is their hero. We come out and watch the Army. He wrestles at Army now. And
One of my
West Point,
favorites.
yeah.
and it's one of Jamie's favorites. If you met Benny, you just fall in love with the kid. He's just one of the greatest kids,
Larry, as you mentioned earlier,
Oh, nice
Nate
little arm
Pazook
drag fake.
brought that first state
Nice little
championship in
Coming out the
2017.
back door. Levi's about to come out
Benny
the back
followed
door.
it up in 2019, 28-12 team score lead for the Carrollton Warriors. A minute remaining in the first period of this 126 match.
Oh, stalemate. Nice little scramble. Levi was in deep on a good shot. He tried to come out the back door. Strader doing a good job of wrestling himself into a stalemate there.
Matching them.
Well, you get him out of his comfort zone. He comes down, wrestles at your level, and that's where a lot of these Carrollton kids have an advantage.
This right here, tell you what, scoreless with 35 seconds remaining in the first period.
Minerva's
Could be
been
one
tough.
of those that might be in contention for match of the night. I'll
This
tell you what,
definitely
if
is one. That
Strader's able to get this thing,
nice
man.
little reshot. Carroll,
Change a little
Minerva's
momentum.
Minerva's been very tough in their front headlock the whole time.
A lot of voltage out there on the mat right now. That voltage is building up.
Yep.
Well, high voltage rock and roll.
17 seconds to go in the first period, and we've had a lot of action for a 0-0 first.
Yep.
My tires are pumped right now, Jamie.
Yeah, it's great watching two top 10 kids wrestling,
Oh, yeah.
Under
the spotlight in this venue.
Can't find it anywhere else. So right here with the Stark Media team, man.
Levi's
Oh,
taking
he's
bad
got
shots.
a nice angle on that shot. He had that right there.
Head to the second period, scoreless.
And even though Levi knows he didn't score, it's 0-0. He knows.
He knows.
He knows that he can score.
Absolutely.
That's good for momentum. That's good for his confidence going into the second period here.
Now, question:
Levi's so tough.
Will these guys square off district time? Or
So yeah, they'll be in our districts. Sectionals, they usually stay away from us. We have we'll have the option to go on either to Claymont or Steubenville. So, but they're definitely in our districts.
I believe Sandy Valley, are they hosting districts as well this year?
D3, I don't know. D3.
I believe they are.
Levi riding tough.
Levi.
There's been no threat to an escape yet in the whole in this
got his boots in now.
Whole first minute. We have about 40 seconds into the second period.
Still scoreless.
Yep, he's going to power half you to death. That's what he's going to do.
He's a strong kid. Those are the type of kids that can do it.
Minute remaining here in the second period. Your 126 match between Pigeon and Strader. Still scoreless. 28-12 team lead for the Carrollton Warriors. Looking for that outright EBC title.
Again, he stops the first move just with that ankle, breaks him down to his hip. Now he's got it right where he wants it.
That leg again.
That breakdown was sick.
Yeah.
That was key. Setting at that leg. Yeah.
He's got his laces showing. I mean, that's what you're going to do. I mean,
laces out.
Laces out.
Finkel and Einhorn. All right, 40 seconds remaining in the second period.
Levi's pressure is so tough. He's got so much weight on his hands. Strader's got so much pressure on his hands. Levi's pressuring all of his weight forward.
30 seconds.
That pressure is
Keep working,
insane. Yeah.
Levi. Yeah, he's tough on top. You know, how come, Jamie, if you want to go back to college wrestling, how come we don't see that in college? You don't see riding like that as much.
It's not as easy to get to that position. Guys can defend legs a little higher level and stuff like that. But the top guys, you watch college wrestling, you see a lot more tilts like this. You see a lot more of this stuff, just exposing his back.
Right.
Well, and we talked about this before.
That's a wrap.
Those college match, the Ohio State, Michigan, for example.
Yep. Scoreless heading to the third period.
Yep. Those officials are rewarding those points. As soon as that control is established, there's no hesitation to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou, we left early.
I like where we're at right now. Nothing going into the third. We're in the bottom position.
Good spot to be in, yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to hold Levi down.
He left early again.
He left early again.
Wow. And matches like this is where discipline matters. That could have been another caution.
How many cautions to a point?
2 cautions and 2 warnings and then a point.
Okay.
Levi's in that same position. He's fighting the legs. Oh, he's in trouble there. That's tight.
Deep. Good golly.
Working that left arm.
Holy moly.
Whew, that thing is completely exposed.
Jerry Tennant got a good eye on it to make sure he's okay.
Jerry Tennant's a legend, man.
Buck 25 remaining in the third period of the Buck 26 match. Scoreless.
Boy, man, I feel like we might see overtime. There's minute 20 to go in this period.
Now, again, you talked about being greedy. If you're scoreless and you're under 30 seconds to go in the third period, do you have to do you decide to go aggressive and say, screw the overtime stuff? Let's take a shot here, see if we can get out of here.
Oh, warning on Levi. You can easily let him go and win or lose this match on your feet. That depends on your wrestler. But he clearly is a solid top guy. Oh.
Under 40 seconds to go.
What a match.
Building his base nicely.
Listen to this crowd, man.
Match of the night so far.
Yeah.
Strader doing a
The
great job
voltage
riding
is
those
through the
legs.
ceiling right now.
30 seconds to go.
Strader would feel a lot better about it if he got Levi back on his belly. There's where he wants to be. 23 seconds to go.
And that's me and
He's
TJ.
looking that power half again.
There you go. The gym. It's coming alive.
Iron Man, how many times did we see somebody win the match in 10 seconds?
Yep.
Yes.
We saw 4 to 5 point differentials.
Yeah, with short
Levi
time.
down on the mat.
14 seconds to go. This is when it comes
That
down
left
to a
arm.
first move.
Tell you what, Strader's
He was cranking it, man.
Strader's been cranking on that left arm, man. They're gonna come out here and work on
I'm telling you.
Levi for a little bit.
He's taking it to Levi. Usually it's not like that with Levi when they
I'm
wrestle.
telling Levi right now, you need to cut a Grammy right off
Absolutely.
the whistle.
That's what I'm going
Because
to.
Strader's leaving early.
Yep.
He's crossing over every
Yep.
time.
Yep. You seen it, what I saw.
Well, how important is that first move off the whistle?
It's everything.
Yeah.
All right, here we
14
go.
seconds left. It's everything right here. Crowd's getting amped for 14 seconds to go in the period.
Here we go.
0-0 match. Oh, he might have him. Let go of that foot.
What?
One count. One
Oh,
count.
bro, I don't know about that.
5 seconds remain. Scoreless. Here we go.
Overtime. Here we come.
And the OT.
What a match.
What a match.
Loving it. So's this crowd, man.
Levi with his foot on the line, ready to roll. So we got 1 minute sudden victory. First point scores wins the match right here in this first minute. This will be an interesting match if it goes past this minute because both guys are clearly tough on top.
Right. Good point, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking for a takedown.
I'm feeling a big scramble here.
Bad shot by
Oh.
Strader there. Let's see what Levi can do with it on a reshot here.
Nice position.
I knew it was coming.
He
Oh!
defended it well. He defended it well. Nice
Oh.
scramble out of both guys.
Wow.
25 seconds remain.
What a series
Nice.
right there. Strader is tough with that front headlock, with that short offense we call it. Oh!
Oh.
Wow.
The 126ers.
TJ, how do you like
14 seconds to go.
They're leaving it all on the mat, boys.
Holding court underneath
Look,
the
he's
spotlight.
smiling. He's smiling. He's loving this shit. Oh,
Here we
sorry.
go. That's all right, man. It's on YouTube. We don't have to worry about the FCC.
Nice little shot. Here's
7
that
seconds remain.
Here's Strader's short offense. Levi did a good job of getting it back to his feet.
Good little V block there, yeah.
0.2
Oh,
seconds remain
oh,
in the
oh,
fourth
stall for
period. The
stalling.
1 minute OT. Scoreless here with the 126ers. We'll see
Stalling-
what happens.
Stalling warning on both guys. So going into this,
There was 0.2 left. There was almost a takedown.
Red choice, Minerva
It's
choice.
insane. Yeah.
he deferred, so Levi has his choice of top or bottom.
All right, Jamie,
All right,
explain
30
the OT.
seconds.
I wouldn't go down.
Well, both boys get choice.
Yeah, I wouldn't have chose down again.
Both boys have choice, so the other guy will have his choice. This is a constant 30-second period. If somebody scores here, then the wrestling continues.
Correct.
Levi left early on that one. That's his first caution.
That's first caution, okay. So no sudden victory.
It should be
This
30
is,
seconds. Yeah, that's all they were talking
You
about.
go to full 30.
So
Each guy has a shot at bottom, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, they both get choice.
Well, they will, okay.
28-12
was
team
close that
score
time, too.
lead for the Warriors.
He's got his leg in.
I mean, you take stalling off of the plate at this point, right? We don't call stalling.
Realistically, in overtime, it's way.
Yeah.
Unless it's like backing out 2 times in a row. Like
Right,
last.
right.
But
10
top and
seconds
bottom, they
remain
really
in the
don't.
5th period here. OT time, baby. Come on now. 126ers holding court out there. Levi Pigeon, the junior, Andy Strader, the senior, top 10 ranked wrestlers in the state of Ohio, and we're scoreless, head to 6.
So they're going right back down.
They're going down.
They'll take two opportunities. They don't believe that Levi's close to turning him. Carrollton chose top because that guy was close to turning Levi. He hasn't gotten close to turning him. They're just going to give themselves the opportunity.
There you go.
To a single.
Take him off the mat, Levi.
This is where
Who's
wrestling
working?
happens, man, right here.
He's trying. Watch for locking hands there. Oh.
Feeling the energy of that crowd. Levi out the back.
5 seconds. Man, Levi just rode him out for 4 minutes in this match.
Nice.
Head to 7, man.
Nice.
This is an absolute battle.
I love
3
this.
minutes. Math skills.
We win choice. I'm going top.
Yep.
I'm going top, baby.
So this is the ride
So
out,
this
right?
is the ultimate ride out.
This is
Right?
it.
So Strader has to get out to win. Levi has to hold him down again.
It's hard to sit down when this kind of this.
I see he's out of seat.
Oh, he's forcing that leg in. He's okay there.
Keep it deep, Levi. Keep it deep, Levi. Double boot.
Under his
Underarms.
There he goes.
There it is.
15 seconds remain in the 7th period. Deep into OT.
10 seconds remaining. Levi's got him broken down. I think this is where it's going to end right here. 5 seconds. Levi Pigeon.
Wow, the cow.
For 3.5 minutes of this match.
The cow herder. Nice.
Hey,
What a match, boys.
there's the bell.
What
in the
a
box.
match.
There's the
What a
bell.
match.
Look at the crowd.
How about that crowd, man? That's right there what make high school sports special.
Oh,
You get a chance to
yeah.
be in an environment
Oh,
like
yeah.
this. It's something you'll be telling your grandkids. You'll never forget it.
Never forget
That's
that.
good
Yeah.
stuff, man. 31-12, Carrollton advantage.
There's a ballot in the box for our electric performer
Oh,
right
you
there.
gotta
Oh,
give it.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah.
ballot.
I think you can probably put a star next to that one. I don't know if anybody's going to live up to that one.
Okay, we got one job here, boys. That's not get pinned.
Now this is Burkhurst.
Yeah,
from,
this is
Minerva.
Berkwin. And Berkwin for
Berkwin from
Carrollton.
From Carrollton.
yeah, he's our reserve kid. Our
Brockhurst.
varsity kid got his leg ankle
This is
messed
Little.
up.
This is where Little would have been.
Is this Brocklehurst?
That's the name I have.
I believe Chad Hilliard told me that their 132 was going to be a scratch. Brocklehurst,
looking
the
for a
senior,
spladle.
ranked 26.
Looking for a spladle. He's nasty on top.
Yeah.
Boy, he's physical, dude.
Buck 26 on the clock here in the first period. 2-0 advantage. Minerva Lions.
I'm still recovering from that last match, guys. Jeez, that was intense.
We got guy Fozzie going to do a little recon here on this Minerva wrestler.
All right. All right, he had a head in the rib cage. That's where you got to be.
What do you got for us, boss?
This is Joey
position.
Brocklehurst.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to verify.
Thank you for that, Jamie. All right. First period coming at the 1 minute mark, 132-pound weight class. Team score 31 points. Carrollton, Minerva with 12. And Minerva wrestler has a 2-point lead at the moment. And he is at advantage starting here out top position.
What weight class did we start at again?
75.
75.
Brocklehurst here is ranked 26 in the state.
Okay.
So he's put together a nice season this year. He's a senior.
Yeah, to get ranked like that, absolutely.
So we still have 6 matches left, including this one.
Wow.
36
Yeah,
points left on the.
This is about where North Canton and Jackson was last week when North Canton swung the table.
Yep. So anything can happen still, yeah. Good point.
Well, he's got a nice little power half.
He does, man.
He doesn't have a leg in, though.
He
He doesn't have any leverage with that.
He's very comfortable on top or in these positions, it seems like. I've never seen this guy before, till now, but
that's nice.
I'm getting that vibe from him, like a Bosky kind of comfort in those situations.
Yeah, it's good seeing a reserve kid step up to the plate and doing like
fine
this.
first period.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's tight.
Let's go. Yeah,
He's tough.
great
He's
first
fighting it
period,
out.
man. Yeah.
And there we go. That's it. That's it for the first period. Just a 2-0 lead. And they need bonus.
That was the goal. Yeah. Coaching moment.
Brocklehurst, his job is to score bonus. Like that's understood over there.
Yep.
A 3-point win is not good enough.
No, not when you're down 31-12. All right, second period. Here we go.
Oh. He made a JV move right there. He put that inside leg in. He ended up in a little bit of a barrel roll there.
He's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, hey.
I go right on my feet.
Yeah,
I go right on my feet.
2 instead of 5.
I ain't playing around with this.
Good job.
Yep.
I think that's what the Minerva coaches were telling him to do, but he already got the leg in, and they were like, sure, okay, ride with that. But he hasn't gotten him yet.
No, he hasn't.
And it hasn't been super close. Minerva's not going to be happy if it's 4-0 going into the third. And all he does is ride him like this. He's got a nice deep half. He's looking for the wrist. Oh, that was close with his changeover. He changed that over kind of quick. I hear whistling coming from the other side. Look. Yeah, they had enough of that crap. Oh, he turned his back on him. Ooh, that's not a good move. That's not a veteran maneuver right there.
And it brings the score 4-1, less than a minute.
Nice, Dad. That's what you do.
Yeah.
I like the aggressiveness out of Berkwin. Nice little switch. Still no takedown.
Got to establish
now
that
he's
control.
looking. He's almost in that Merkel position. He's got it now. I don't think he's got it locked up, but he awarded the takedown for it.
Merkel, that's one of those situations I think has.
Well, it's become a lot more popular because they actually, by criteria, award a takedown as soon as you lock a Merkel. You don't even have to do it.
Right.
Like when we wrestled, you had to turn him to get 2 in the back points.
100%. Yeah.
He chinned him back for some near fall.
The old chin back, man.
Some things never go out of style.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't.
It's like when Larry was talking about the Ohio State Michigan match.
Right
man.
on.
Right.
It's 10-2 going into the third period, so bonus is established as far as it goes now. I mean, obviously, Berkwin can get an escape and change that. While we're going neutral into the third.
All right, so.
But even here, you're pushing for your technical fall or a pin. You want to try and take him down to his back. Just keep scoring points as fast as you can. There's a fireman's. Keep that elbow, pop your head.
Got to keep the elbow. He didn't. Yeah.
He let go of the elbow and he didn't pop his head.
Either one.
He can go Splato here. There's
He's
Splato.
He's going for it. Oh, man.
Wow, that was close. That was a nice little try out of your reserve guy here. Looking for the cradle again.
Well, his stepbrother is Robbie Hoops, the
Okay.
Spladle King from Carrollton.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
Doing a great job right now, maintaining.
Nice little claw ride.
Minute left, third period.
Yeah, they want more points.
12-2 on the score.
See, going for this stuff isn't going to pin the guy.
No.
So he's getting bonus. Not the bonus Minerva was looking for, though.
Yeah, I think 4 points here would be, but we got 40 seconds left.
I think that's That, I mean, for Carrollton, that's a win.
That's a win, absolutely.
There's a power half again, but it's
nothing.
It's nasty.
Oh, it's deep.
Yeah.
Oh, there you got it. There you got it out.
Man.
There you got it out. Yeah.
30 seconds to go in the third. 12-2. Brocklehurst he's wrestling tough, but I think that he could have chosen how his scoring opportunities a little different there. I think that this could be they could have manufactured 5 more points out of this match.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's
Well, they started with the takedowns too late, I think.
Yeah.
You know, in the first period, you take a kid down that easy, you're just going to keep going back to that well, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
Oh, he's looking for that cradle. He's got to run the head to the knees. Taking the knee to the head, it's not going to work.
Man.
All right, this is going to be a. I don't want to
position-
jinx. I don't want to jinx.
Oh, he went on assassin. Assassin with 5 seconds left.
And position matters. Look at that.
Time.
Wow. Wow. That was a great effort out of both guys.
Which brings
That was a win for us.
I'll give Brocklehurst credit, man. He tried the whole time to get that pin.
15-2, the final for that one, and that ups that team race 31-16. So this is what could be early to say what could possibly be the final result yet.
He knows how Jerry shakes every kid's hand that comes out on the mat.
He's a good dude.
I love that, man.
Jerry Tennant, man, is to me legendary in the officiating world. Yeah, I remember him from back in my day.
Here we got Josh Carmen. Probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? He's got the most accolades on this Carrollton team. He's
a
two-time state
qualifier, two-time placer.
Two-time
He got
placer.
4th as a freshman and 6th.
Oh, he knows his job. There's no doubt about it.
Showed up.
He lost to.
Wow, that was a quick one.
He lost to Bryce Skinner in the semifinals in overtime.
Shout out to Bryce Skinner.
Yeah. And Bryce ended up winning the state tournament, you know. So
this is one that I said was a swing match. You couldn't really tell on paper who was going to win.
Yep.
This is one of yours where he wrestled for you?
Yep. He wrestled for me.
I've always really enjoyed watching Kiko wrestle in all those years. He's a tough kid.
He's a heck of a football player.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of tough Kikos out there in the wrestling world, man.
Yep.
I remember we had one at Glen Oak when I was there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So as I was gone there for a little bit, guys, Josh Carmen made quick work.
Yeah, quick work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was. I know
Jerry,
that'll make Ryan Lang happy. He said he came here to see Josh Carmen.
Yeah.
So he's a D1 wrestler.
Yeah.
Top game rules, D1.
He knew what his job was.
Yeah. If you tuned in to get an eyeball of Josh Carmen, you're at the wrong place because he came here to finish business. That armor on the waist.
There he
That's
goes.
nice. That gets the takedown for Kiko.
What do we know about Ashton McCroby?
So Ashton wrestled in a youth program for Carrollton.
So he has questionable fundamentals.
Fundamentals are not very good.
I love it.
Oh, man.
Shots fired.
He's going to say things that you're not supposed to say. He's not going to throw his headgear and cry on the mat. I guarantee you that.
That was their coach's job.
Yeah.
What grade is he in, Larry?
He's a junior, I believe.
Yep, McCroby's a junior.
Is he a junior? Okay. Yep.
I don't have that. So is Kiko. So this could be a match we see again next year.
Oh, yeah. His dad's a good guy. His dad works for the state here in Carrollton
Oh, nice.
on the state highway garage. So
2-0 advantage for Kiko in the 144 match. 37-16 lead for the Carrollton Warriors. 47 seconds remaining in the first period.
If I was Kiko, I'd be looking cradles and Turks because he's a long body dude This guy's a little shorter. He's got a nice little Turk there.
Well, you guys must have got excited while I was gone, man. It was getting electric in here. That camera's shifting.
Did it?
Boy, it's I think the roar of Thunderdome inside of here.
Yeah, no, it has been.
That's the stuff you want to be around, man. Wouldn't feel the same if there was only about 100 people in here, right?
No, yeah. Bringing it to you live, Stark Media Team. Definitely like and share. Bring it to the end of the first period here with a 2-0 score with Carrollton on top.
Good solid first period.
Great, yeah, absolutely.
Almost spoke too soon, didn't I, TJ?
Yeah.
He's a solid wrestler. He knew how much time was left in the period.
Right.
There was no real threat there.
I love how on the inside of the lamp up top there, you see state champions written in there.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You know,
Wow.
I know it always kind of gets warm inside of the gym here when you wrestle, but I wonder what kind of heat that thing. So
It's hot.
Brian was talking about that last week when we met with them.
Yeah, it does cast some light, so it does get warm out there.
Well, those are those new LED lights. There's like hardly any heat at all off of them.
Okay.
You know. But when we wrestled up at Marlington, the old style, man, it was like a sauna
Glen Oak
lamp
had
on
one
you.
of those. Glen Oak had an old one that was like it was
Really?
hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the Glen Oak one. Yeah.
Marlington's the first one I ever remembered seeing.
Yeah, I went.
Nice little scramble there.
I had a tan line after that match.
That's funny.
Oh boy, Jim Bostic would be throwing you a Speedo.
All right. That's his dream.
It is, man.
He's sending me some messages right now, I bet. Yeah.
I'm like Jamie. I'd be throwing cradles all over McNeill.
I'd be all
As
over,
short
yeah.
and compact as he is. I'm sorry, it's not short. It's vertically challenged now.
Nah.
Hey, listen, Jim Bostic's not here to defend himself.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
we're
why I
there
talked to
making fun
him
of
and
Jim.
Jamie. I'm taller than both of them.
That's right. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. We mentioned earlier we're going to be out there at Glen Oak next Thursday.
That's right. Yeah.
Hoover Vikings. That's the rivalry to me, man. Glen Oak's rival's not Perry, man. It's the Vikings. We
the
live
Vikings?
right. We
Okay.
live right by each other, man.
Yeah,
You
like
split-
Everybody hates us.
hey,
Everybody hates us.
Jamie. Once you start to get past Fisher's on 44th Street,
right.
and you hit Everhard, you start to
Yeah.
feel like I'm getting into what we call Pumpkinhead territory.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Pumpkin.
There's a cemetery that separates the two schools.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Forest Hill Cemetery.
That'll be fun, man.
Yeah.
Catch us next week out there at
I'll
Glen
tell
Oak.
you, Glen Oak has put together a nice little Federal League season.
Yeah, we're gonna get a chance with Jimmy
Yeah.
B to do an in-the-room episode with Coach Mike Hind and get over there, check him out. I know Brandon Batson's had a heck of
I'll
a year.
tell you what, I'm a big fan of Brandon
Yep.
Batson. We could see Brandon Batson and AJ Dolph. That's
Yep.
going to be a fun one.
Woo!
Ashton Rolwitz and
I wanna see
Romeo
that
Magiel
match,
from Glen Oak.
Batson
Yeah,
and Dolph, yeah.
doing well. Glover left the program in
Here
good
comes the
shape.
cradle,
didn't he?
Jamie. He's got it. Get it hip to hip.
Nah,
Randy
he
didn't
30
get it.
seconds remaining in the second period. 2-0 lead for Kiko.
You know, Jamie, you made a comment up at Top Gun that in the Federal League, you guys are always wrestling for second. You know,
Yeah.
you know, with Perry, I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
you know, it's got to be disheartening after, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, because down here, I
It's
mean,
awesome.
it rotates around. West Branch was tough there for a couple years,
WB,
and then Marlington was always really good. They won a couple, and then it was Minerva for a couple years. Then it was us for a couple years, and now it's back to us. You know,
got more of a revolving door.
yeah.
with it,
So it's more of a revolving
Yeah.
door. Like
It's good. It's good for the league.
Yeah,
it's good for the
good
league.
for it, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, you don't want one of those football situations like back in the NBC where they kind of got
Yeah.
Louisville out of there because they're
Whoa,
just kicking everybody's
yeah,
butt.
I'm
You
not
know,
doing
Yeah.
it's good. Good
Well,
to
I
have
was
parity.
Yeah, we're going to compete at the. We're going to compete with Perry. Whether we have a chance to win the duel or not, we'll
Okay.
have our. You'll have your kids ready to compete.
Right.
And there's still individual competitions where every point matters and things like that. You don't always. It's funny because there are moral victories in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's not always because it's always a constant progression of getting to where you want to be.
Absolutely.
So you might lose to a kid by 10, and that's fine. Maybe the Perry kid comes in and pounds you, and you lose by 12. Then at sectionals, you lose by 8. Then at districts, maybe it's then you're in position to win. If
Right.
you have
Right.
a 5-point match going on, you're within one technique.
Right.
Heading to the
First
third
move.
period of this 144 match, 2-0 lead for Ryan Kiko over Ashton McCroby.
This is a great first move by Ryan. He stood right up. I like seeing that.
Well, you mentioned Marlington, man, and talking a little football. Boy, they gotta find themselves a head coach.
Yeah.
I think that process has been going on here for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Got to replace a former Carrollton Warrior, Phil Morrow.
Oh.
I don't know anything about football. I don't know
Yeah,
anything about basketball.
Coach Morrow
No.
came down here. We were talking about that with Brian Shaw last week. Coach Morrow came down here for a couple of years, and
he coached at Jackson when I was in high school.
Yep. Got his 200th victory while at Marlington last year. So see what the Dukes end up doing. Hey, how about a shout out to the Dukes girls basketball team, man? They just set a school record most wins in a season.
Really?
Oh, really?
20 wins for them this year. A lot of great high school athletics here, and not only these local counties, but Northeast Ohio, man. Very blessed and fortunate these student athletes should feel to have the type of coverage to it's different around here.
Yeah.
It's not like
Nice
this.
little
It's
shot.
not like this everywhere.
No, absolutely. Man.
Get square.
Look at the amount of
There's a nice little
college
takedown.
recruits that are produced here in Stark County. Week in, week out, every sport.
Under a minute to go here in the third period. 3-2 lead now for Ryan Kiko.
Oh. Third period. I may go on my feet here.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is. You go on your feet. Try to take him down to tie it.
All right, that makes it 4-2. Kiko
This
advantage.
is exciting. The crowd's going to pick up. It's going to pick up right now.
Under 50 seconds to go.
McCroby needs to get back to that front headlock.
No
He
stall
scored really
call.
nice there.
No stall call.
Did you hear
Jeff.
that? Somebody said, "Throw him a haymaker." I love that.
Looking arm drag.
Shoot
30
underneath
seconds
that,
to
Ryan.
go.
Shoot underneath that, Ryan. He's reaching. Shoot underneath that.
Well, Kiko's not doing a very good job of staying in his stance.
No.
He's
We're-
left his stance multiple times for here.
Where positioning matters, man. Yeah.
Nice. Good call. He called him out of bounds right when they got there. He
Yeah.
wasn't going to waste any
No.
time on that clock.
No.
He was going to give them time to win this match.
16 seconds remain. 4-2 lead for Kiko.
Well officiated series there by Jerry Tennant.
Oh, absolutely, man. Guy's top of this game.
Why tie up there?
Warriors leading in the team
Warning.
score 37-16. Looking to
Kiko's
add
going to
more
hold
here.
on. Kiko's
Three
going to
seconds
hold on.
Follow
remain.
some more, baby.
There you go. That'll be a final
That was a
4-2
big match for us
victory
right there.
for the junior Ryan Kiko. Your 144-pound match, that makes it 40-16. Carrollton lead, and I'll tell you what, I think
it's over
Here we
now,
go.
isn't it?
you start rolling out the trophy.
Help me with the math
Yeah.
on that. There's 3 classes left, right? 18 points.
You got you got any Stark Media exclusives for us
Yeah.
here? Do you guys got a special presentation lined up for that outright championship? It's always different when it's outright, man.
The kids all wanted a hug from Coach Fausnight.
Oh, I'm a hugger. That's cool.
Oh.
I'm a hugger.
I think it's the beard, man. They like the beard. See, he looks so
there's
cuddly,
something-
doesn't he?
Yeah, there's something comforting about that beard, man. Yeah.
Hey,
What-
Troy Crowell, man, listening to us,
Oh,
checking us
snap,
out here.
Troy Crowell.
Yeah.
That's
He
my
knows
neighbor.
what time it is, man. He said
That's my
Northeast
homie.
Ohio is a hotbed. Shout out to John and Jamie. Hey, don't leave Larry and TJ hanging here, man. Come on,
Right.
Troy.
My boy, Troy.
Hey, we appreciate everybody that's tuned in here tonight, man. We've had a ton of people viewing, listening, watching. Appreciate all of you, man, from Christopher Booth, Tom Bell, Chris Alexander, Ryan Lang, all the way down to Troy Crowell. Here we go. About a minute remaining here in the first period of this 150 match.
We got Bennett and Fletcher here. Is that Bennett there?
Pair of
Larry?
seniors.
Yeah, so Adam Bennett started in he started in 5th grade, and he wrestled 2 years for me in the youth. And
That's a nice single.
he's seen Landon and Josh and all these guys having all this success. In his sophomore year, he went to Coach Kemp. He said, I want to be like them guys.
Yeah.
And what do I need to do? And Dustin says, we're going to start in the weight room. And the transformation this young man's made
good for
is
him.
unbelievable. He just doesn't have the mat experience, you know, and you can't buy that.
Yeah, it's
You
hard
just
to
can't.
substitute that.
You know,
Because that was a beautiful takedown that Fletcher got on him there. He went underhook right to a single leg, and that's where experience matters.
Yep.
Well-
he just really put in the time, and I'm so happy to see him. I hope he gets to Columbus. It's going to be hard for him at this weight class, but we'll see.
Couple things it takes, man, Larry. When you go and you ask your coach that, the response usually is could be a 4-letter word, man. You got time, and then just
Yep.
work.
And
work.
And if Coach Kemp was sitting over here right now, he said he did everything he asked him to do.
Yeah.
There's
Everything.
nothing like that.
I love it. Love it. Good parents, good, his dad guys worked with me a lot and stuff. He was a home builder down here for years, and just a good people.
There's nothing better than a coachable kid, man.
Absolutely. And that's the most coachable kid I ever had right there.
Best ability, coachability.
When he first started wrestling, the hardest thing we had to do was keep him from smiling. He smiled all the time.
Zing.
I didn't hear what you said.
Nah, he wasn't.
Repeat that. Hey, rewind that real quick. What do you got, Pope?
Every once in a while, the Pope drops the best ability, and it's
Best ability.
He says it like there's 45 different things. It's the best ability to the Pope here.
Dropping dimes. All right,
So I make up my own words, and my friends all call it jinkinese, is what I speak, because I make up my own words.
All right, to the second period we go. 150-pound match, 2-1 lead for Anthony Fletcher from Minerva.
You got to download the Babbel app for that.
Oh, nice little switch.
Oh, nice.
That was a nice little switch. Oh, he didn't get it.
That's
a reversal. That's a standing reversal. That's a great call right there.
That gives Adam Bennett the advantage now. He's up 3-2. That right there.
Another well-officiated series.
Yes. That 10 to 15 seconds right there, that was like the definition of work. Both those guys are just working, putting into work.
That was everything. Oh, that was a rough crossface.
Yeah.
Mr. Tennant is letting him know about it, too. He leaned right in. He's like, keep that a little cleaner there, buddy. Yeah. He throws one more like that, he'll give him a point. But that's, again, good officiating. He gave him a warning. He's running that bar. Going bar to the half.
That's deep. You got a hot
Still got the bar real nice.
Keep that arm straight.
Well,
keep that wrist.
He's trying everything.
You got,
he's got lots of time with that deep bar.
Exactly. Well, it's a whole minute.
Get out running.
Yeah, I want to be in a hurry, right?
Minute remaining here in the second period.
He's got to drive that shoulder right into his ear.
Right to his ear.
3-2 advantage, Adam Bennett here in a 150-pound match. Under a minute now.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, now when he goes to that ankle, too, he doesn't have that.
Mark Emmerling used to do that to me, and I can still feel it to this day. It was 38 years ago. From East Liverpool. He's a coach down at Beaver Look when I've been.
Yeah, River Rats, man. That's my daddy's from East Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh, there he's going to go.
We had a chance to see them at Medina.
That's
Mark
right.
Emmerling,
He's got him. There's some back points
Whoa.
there. 30 seconds. Oh, my
Oh, baby.
my goodness.
That's what I'm talking about, boys, right
Oh.
there. Put an exclamation point on it.
My goodness.
Hey, is that contention right there for the electric
got
performance? Woo. That seals the deal.
That seals it
Now
up,
that puts the
baby.
exclamation point on it.
The best ability.
46 to 16. Carrollton lead.
Electrability. We're making up. We're slinging words over here.
To the 157s we go. Sophomore Dalton Sweeney from Carrollton getting ready to take on another sophomore from Minerva, Breck Miller. My guys are having fun, man.
This is fun.
I love it.
This is fun.
Juiced up.
Now here's the kid I was telling you about, Sweeney. He just
Nice little duck.
Oh, that was sick.
Right to a cradle.
Oh, that was sick.
That was sick.
Is this a glitch?
No.
Are you sure?
Is it?
I think it's
Yeah,
Silas.
it is
That's Silas.
I didn't
That's
teach
his
him
duck
that
hunter.
move.
Nah, I must have showed it to him once.
So he dropped down
That
from
was really
165.
Yeah, he's nasty. He's a tough dude. He might wrestle himself into trouble a couple times.
He does. Oh, right into a Merkel. That was sick.
Minute 10 remaining in the first period.
This is a
Silas
kid,
is he's an explosive dude, man.
Yeah.
Everything he does with a purpose. He's the type of kid that a wrestling coach looks at him and says he's physical, but the other kid's mom says he's dirty.
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, Mom.
I think I'll take Silas in a street fight with me any
Is
day.
her name Karen? Hey, thanks, Troy. Troy giving us a shout out. Shout out to Larry and TJ, man. Appreciate you,
Troy
brother.
Crow.
Thanks, Troy.
Under 50 seconds to go here in the first period.
Do you think we're going to get free cheese sticks at Puckers now for talking about them?
I hope so.
I know.
I can't eat him.
If not,
Jamie's on a diet.
Jamie's on a diet.
Yeah.
Hey, doing good though. By the way, brother, you look good.
Yeah,
you fill out that Stark Media gear well.
He's down 25 pounds.
27 seconds remaining, first period. 6-0 advantage for Silas.
He might give up a takedown here. He's got a whizzer in.
Well,
he gave it up.
This Dalton kid's a kid I told you he didn't start until he was like in 8th grade.
He gets 2 points
got
there.
Athletic ability.
8-2 lead now for Silas. 8 seconds remaining. First period.
Elbow tight, man. Keep that.
He's got a butcher. Oh my goodness, that might be it.
2 seconds remain.
First half for Butcher.
Wow.
Saved by the clock.
Oh.
Wow.
Son of a mother.
3 points to Sweeney. 8-5 lead for Silas.
I'll tell you this: there are moments when Silas takes breaks out there.
This is only the second
There
period.
are moments when Silas takes breaks out there, and I look for him to do something explosive right off here. And if you weather that storm, you might be right back in this match.
Yep.
Merkel.
That was a scouting report. Is get it to the 3rd period.
Here in the second, $1:40 on the clock.
Oh, and he gave up 2. Wow. Right to the crossface.
46
right back to that butcher.
Right to it.
Team
Right
lead
back
for
to that
Carrollton.
butcher.
He gonna get it here.
That's a wrap.
He gonna get it. Yeah.
That's a wrap. That's over. That's
Man.
over.
It's done. That's it.
Trailing 8-7. Dalton Sweeney.
Wow.
Look at that, baby.
What a comeback match. That's pretty electric right there,
That
boys.
was a good one, too.
Right?
We gotta find a new category for that one, man. How about the efficient pipeline?
Yeah.
Comeback of the night.
The high energy win right there.
Crawling back out of the pipeline.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Brian's loving it. I know Brian Shaw listening. He
Brian.
loves it.
Look
52-16 advantage. Carrollton Warriors. $1:55 on the clock here. First period. We're in the 165 match. This is our final match of the evening.
I'm not sure who the Carrollton or the Minerva kid is because I had Silas in this.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's Breck Miller.
All this action brought to you tonight, Stark Media team.
No doubt. As always, Larry, we appreciate you rolling with us, man. You are now an honorary member.
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it, man. I tell you what, this is a lot of fun. It really is. I'm getting a lot of texts from guys saying, man, listen to you guys. The 3 of you narrating this match is absolutely flipping awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I just don't know if Coach Hilliard is going to put this one on down in the basement, though.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the most important text of the night. Knickers, the golf course restaurant, they're staying open for the wrestling family tonight.
Oh, okay.
So fried food only. So
I can't go.
Cheese sticks.
I got beers.
All the cheese sticks you can eat.
That's nice of them to stay open like that.
Yeah.
50 seconds remaining here in the first period. Scoreless.
This is a nice one to end it on. 2 evenly matched kids.
Yep.
And that's the other thing that's cool about wrestling. If the score's 52-16 in a football game, you start to bring other kids in. You start to take your foot off the gas. These 2 kids have been sitting here waiting all night to get their chance to go out there no matter what the team score is.
That's right.
I caught that there, partner, that football match.
I almost went that route. I almost did.
Yeah. It's like my headset.
Yeah.
Well, look at the stands, man. It's still packed house. I mean,
Yeah.
Action Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, that plus, you're about to hoist an outright EBC championship.
2 years in a row.
What's the EBC stand for? Help me out.
Eastern
Eastern
Buckeye
Buckeye.
Conference.
Okay, all right.
It used to be the NBC, Northern Buckeye Conference.
Yep.
Or Northeast Buckeye
I think
Conference.
that disbanded maybe about 5-6 years
Something
ago or
like that,
so.
Yeah.
Right about the time where Louisville exited.
Right.
Yeah.
Little migration.
Yeah, so in 1989 was my senior year. That was the last year that we were in the Senate League.
Oh, okay.
Which we used to have Lake in
I
the
remember
Senate
the
League.
Senate League. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
The Greco
Yeah,
Roman
absolutely.
days
There you
kinda
go.
stuff. Yeah. Welcome to the Senate League.
0-0 going into the second period here.
But no, I appreciate you guys having me on. I tell you what, a lot of people talk about the Stark Media and what you guys are doing on YouTube. And, it's great because wrestling, until UFC got big, we didn't have anything to do after we're done wrestling, right?
Right.
I was talking to Brandon Slay, a gold medalist in the Olympics, and this was, every bit of 10 years ago. And I asked him what he thought of MMA, and he was still completely capable of being, a competing athlete. And he said that the UFC is the best thing that ever happened to our sport.
Absolutely.
I mean, without question. This is starting to get sloppy out here a little bit.
I'll tell you what, when you talk about UFC and back when they took wrestling out or trying to take wrestling out of the Olympics, I mean, one of the first guys I had a conversation with was Mike DeSavino.
Oh! I would love to hear his perspective.
Oh man, he went full tilt into cage fighter and embraced the grind, all that, man.
Oh, the Sabino's, that's something I want on my side if I'm down the deep alley in downtown Cleveland, bro.
When I think UFC, I still think of Matt Hughes walking out the Country Boy Can't
Yeah.
Survive.
Yeah.
That was my boy right there. I love
Hughes,
Matt.
man, yeah.
He was a badass wrestler.
Well, statistics show that's what it's like 85% of your successful UFC guys were wrestling background.
Yep, absolutely.
Look at McGregor.
Well, and really,
man.
it's more.
You get exposed if you don't have that wrestling background.
I'll tell you this.
Conor
it's
McGregor
more,
said he can't do anything against the wrestler.
Can't.
Yeah.
I believe that the training is so similar. That what these kids are used to, how they grew up, the Landon Jenkins, the Josh Carmans, these kids that have been doing this since they were in first grade, the transition to MMA is not that different. So they gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
It's more so than just the ability you have to, to go out and take a guy down and rough him up. You have to train at a super high level.
15 seconds remain in the second period of this 165-pound match. 1-0 advantage for the Minerva Lion.
Jenkins about ready to ring home. Say, hey, we made it. Get out the champagne.
Mama, we made it.
There's a nice
Oh, what a double.
Oh, that was a nice, he defended it well, yeah.
What a nice sprawl.
To the third period we go.
There we go.
But no, it's nice getting exposure for wrestling like this with what you guys are doing. I really appreciate it. So,
oh, you're welcome.
Well, there's not many more deserving communities than down here in Carrollton.
I'm already thinking about next year, and I honestly don't know what I'm going to do when my boy's done wrestling. Like, I don't want him to have kids right away, but I sort of hope I have some grandkids before too long so I get right back into it,
You want to come work for Stark Media?
Right? Huh?
Yeah.
For Stark Media?
Yeah, well, man.
I would love to do this full
We
time.
got a spot for you.
All right.
$1:35 remaining in the third period. 1-1. Squared up here.
Numbers don't lie.
He's seeing the numbers right now. They're just rolling in, Jamie.
You can work on my boys, man.
Right.
Jay Paulo and Joe Sidon.
Oh. What are we going to do here, boys?
He's got to
Now pop that head. Just sink your hips.
Something
He's
got to
all right.
give.
He's all right.
He's all right. Put a hat back.
Closing in on 1 minute to go.
Brandon Carmen checking in with us.
Brandon Carmen, what a stud he is. Wrestled for us. He transferred. His mom moved to Massillon, starting inside linebacker at Massillon.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Josh Carmen's cousin.
Yeah.
He's a
I
tough
remember
kid.
him.
That's impressive.
Nice
yeah.
to hear from you, Brandon. I miss you, buddy.
Tell you, one of the best matches I've had a chance to see this year
I know what you're going to
was
say.
the guy that plays linebacker right next to him, Cody Fair,
Yep.
and Aiden Mosden, who won Top Gun, and you guys lit it up with what I think it was the first time in 20 years that an aviator had won Top Gun inside of that gym.
That was sick.
Those
man.
two,
was sick.
those two have had some battles, man.
45 seconds to go in the
Oh,
third.
watch his leg. Ooh, that was.
3-1 lead.
Carrollton about ready to add one more to their pile of points over there.
Never would have guessed this, guys. Never would have guessed this.
I called it.
No?
Yeah, on the way down.
That's a pretty special little group of guys over there.
It
I
sure is.
love them kids.
I like them even though their coach was a punk.
I even like right. I even like these guys over here too. There's some good kids over there.
Here we go. The final 24 seconds in the third period. It's up there. 3-1 lead for the freshman, DePalmo. (52-16) lead for the Warriors as it sits now. They're going to add a couple more, most likely here in the final 15 seconds.
Just
And
needs to stay on his toes.
get ready to wrap up this outright EBC championship. Here comes your final 5 seconds. They're on their feet. There you go. A round of applause as those double zeros hit that scoreboard.
Carrollton rocking the stripes better than Yankee fans.
55-16, your final.
Wow.
For the EBC champs.
Wow.
How about that? Boy, it just doesn't feel the same once those lights pop back on, man.
Tell me it's not hot. Look at
Somebody
Jerry.
hit the light.
Check out Jerry.
John, you look a lot uglier now, man. You were looking kind of cute a minute ago underneath with those lights off.
I use good makeup remover.
All right, guys. Well,
All right, fellas.
we still got a ton of people listening in here, watching in, and we're going to get ready to announce our Hilscher Clarke Electric Company match of the night, which I think we've already got that circled between a pair of top 10 ranked wrestlers in the state of Ohio.
Absolutely.
Andy Strader, the senior from Minerva, and Levi Pigeon, the junior, ranked number 8 in the state.
Here comes Brian Shaw. I'm going to let him get on here.
All right, let's get the man on. I'm going to go ahead here, and there he goes. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to track down one of our guys here. I'll tell you what do you guys think, man? Adam Bennett at 150. Is he our individual standout wrestler?
I'm kind of feeling Dalton Sweeney with the pin over Silas. What do you think?
I'm going Sweeney.
I'm with you guys, man.
Oh,
you good?
I got it.
What's up, dude? Yeah.
Hey, tell Brian we want him to tell the Jerry story.
What a night, man. We've been going at it here for almost 3 hours. Fun times down here, the home of the Carrollton Warriors. The Black Hole was on fire. Got a couple guys on over here. My man.
Look how sharp.
Oh,
look how sharp
I
he
like
is
that.
This reshot gear.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
love it.
That's the old school. I like that. Yeah.
Now they're going to get ready to pose up for the championship picture. Yeah, we're banners coming.
All right.
Hey, the only thing I know, man, is regardless of banner, I think I know who the people we're listening to here tonight, man. A lot of that was courtesy of you, my man, Brian Shaw, owner, president, CEO of Efficient Pipeline, getting it done for us, man. And boy, this was exciting here. Carrollton finishes off that EBC championship with a 55-16 victory over Minerva.
Jerry Tennant,
great
Warriors
job.
out
great
there
job. Yes, sir.
getting their picture taken. That's good stuff, man. Well, guys, I'll tell you what.
What a venue, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. We're starting to hit the.
Nobody does a dual match like Carrollton.
Yeah, man. Nobody covers it like the Stark Media team. I want to give a special shout out to my guys, Jamie Fausnight and John Lowery, also Larry Jenkins, getting it done for us. Want to shout out some of our partners here at Stark Media. Brian Shaw, who just came past here for us from Efficient Pipeline. Love what you do, my man. Thank you for being on board with us. Also, our presenting sponsors this evening, Hilscher Clarke Electric Company and the Eagles FOE 190. These broadcasts on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel, also brought to you in part by CH Vallos and Associates, McNeill and Sons Tree Service, Lindseys Pizza, finally HereOhio.com, Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, Save22.vet.
Got a good shot of the champs right here.
There we go. Let's get the champs on. Champ is here.
Look at that group of knuckleheads.
That's good stuff right there, man.
Congratulations. What a good group of boys, man. I've watched them wrestle since they were in first grade. What a good group of dudes.
Salute, guys. Excellent job, man. You're outright EBC champs.
That's right.
The Carrollton Warriors. What a fun night it was here. Got more great wrestling coming up on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel as we get ready on Sunday to head out to Mount Union, catch up with Ryan Riggs, and see what the Mount Union Purple Raiders have to offer up. Taking on in a tri-match, the Ashland Eagles and the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. We'll be able to get a new In the Room episode coming up next week with Jimmy B and the Glen Oak Golden Eagles, Coach Mike Hine. And then we'll get a chance to see those Golden Eagles in a dual match with the Hoover Vikings. That's going to be fun.
It'll be fun, yeah.
I'll tell you what, Shaw right up in the middle of the deal over there, man. He's excited. You got the boys over there. That's fun, man. Larry Jenkins holding it down with us, man.
Talk to some of these boys.
I'll tell you what, man. You want to go pull one over here for us, man? I'll get somebody dialed in over here. Bring the pigeon over here, man. Let's pop on over here, brother, man. Here, I'll put him right in here.
Pigeon.
There you go.
Put him in the shot. Take a
Bless
step back.
greatness.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Levi, excellent work tonight, man. You were part of our Hilscher Clarke electric match of the night. Talk about that. Talk about holding court there. 2 top 10 wrestlers in the state of Ohio. You and Strader banging it out. 7 rounds, man. I mean, just describe the whole thing for us, man.
Yeah, I mean, Andy's good competition. I like wrestling him. It's always a fun time. And, I mean, I really wouldn't be here without all my teammates pushing me in the wrestling room. And, I mean, it was really fun wrestling him and getting out here and having the opportunity with the community here watching and how big the match was and how intense it got. And, I mean, my coaches always pushing me in the room and telling me to go harder whenever I'm dead. And, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be here without any of them.
Hey, I know this thing's going to be a little bit big for you, man, but hold that sucker up right there, man. John's going to get your picture with that thing. Tell you get that thing thrown in the dryer a couple times, man. It might fit after a couple washes, but you know, this sport is so conditioning oriented, right?
Yeah.
When you're out there and you're going those extra rounds, man, I mean, you can't sit here and say that you're not a little bit gassed, but you had to find something else inside of you, right? Talk about the work that you put in, not only here during the season, but leading up to it, that helps you, carry through in a match like that.
Yeah, I mean, third period came around and I was getting gas. I mean, I just had to remember all the times in practice where my coaches get on me and tell me to keep pushing when I'm tired and that I still have more. And I mean, pretty much I'm not going to die in practice, so I can push as hard as I can. And my goal in practice is to break myself and break my teammates and help them build back up whenever they're tired. And, I mean, they all do the same for me. And coming out here on the mat just thinking of me and all my buddies working hard in the room and pushing through with them and pushing through on my own out on the mat. And, I mean, it's all big mindset game, and it's always fun to be out there against someone that you've wrestled a few times, and they're always good competition. I mean,
I'll tell you what impressed me, Levi, is your ability to keep him down. That was very impressive. That showed a lot of heart. I'd like to see you get an escape in a battle like that, but I'll tell you, you rode him for, I think I said 3.5 minutes. And when you're wrestling at that high of a level, if you have the ability to keep a good guy like that down, you're gonna find your goal this year.
Yeah,
I was super happy to see you perform like that.
I had confidence in the second double overtime hold. I could feel he was breaking and I was breaking too, but it felt like he was breaking more than I was, and that's where I really stepped it up and tried to push harder and just be the top man there.
The strategy to take top in your first choice one. That was kind of a gamble. Was that coach's choice or was that your choice?
That was my choice. I didn't want to go back down and have my arm getting ripped on again. I mean, I was about tired of that. So
that left arm is a little sore.
Yeah, but I mean, I pushed through it at practice. I can push through it out here.
So Levi, we're watching this thing from our vantage point, right?
Yeah.
We feel the crowd. What's it like being an athlete out there in the mat and having that crowd, this environment, the spotlight and all? I mean, tell us a little bit about that.
I mean, in the beginning of the match, it was intense, like all the yelling, but come the end of the match, I've never experienced how loud that got. And I mean, I've been in some loud matches, but that was probably the loudest one. And the last 10, 15 seconds of it was pretty insane.
Well, I think a different type of decibel level that you're going to be looking forward to here as you push through over the next couple of weeks is going to be down there in Columbus, right?
Yeah.
This is obviously something that you're going to be able to lean on when you get down there, right? You're talking about, Andy, some of the matches you guys have banged around before, top 10 wrestler in the state. You kind of put this in the back of your head saying, you know what, if I can handle this, I can handle pretty much anything, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's all a big mindset game. Like, we're always trying to push as hard as we can and
battle on yourself.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to pre-match tunes you listen to, man? What do you got on the playlist?
I mean, normally I don't listen to much music before the match, but
Yeah.
if I could choose, probably get a little rap in there, and
Oh, the
all
cow
right.
herders into the rap music.
it's got to be good though. It can't be.
Keep it funky.
Yeah.
Hey, Levi, I was
I
super
like that.
proud of your match. You showed a lot.
Thank you.
You're definitely on your way. You're right where you need to be at this point in the season to wrestle a high-level match like that strategically the way you did. It showed a lot out there.
Thank you.
I'm super glad that you got our electric performance of the night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Levi, man, congratulations to you, not only to you, but your team, man, because you guys are going to be throwing up another banner of some hardware inside of the trophy case, man.
Yeah.
Outright EBC champs. What's that feeling like?
I mean, it's a great feeling to be able to win your EBC as a team, and just brings us all together, and it feels like what we put in the room was worth it, and this is what it's all about.
So I'm pretty sure I already know when I ask you what the ultimate goal is, but this is obviously a stepping stone. And one of the things you talk about as a team coming into the season, hey, win the league, right? And then now for you, I'm sure you want to be at the top of the podium, right, when you get down there to Columbus.
Yeah, I want to be on the podium this year. I'd just
at the top of it, right?
Yeah, top 3 would be amazing, but it's going to take a lot of work in the room. And if I put it in there, I should get it out down in Columbus.
Hey,
that's the word, man. Work.
You've said it 5 times since you've been here. It's about mindset. Those 3 guys that are at the top, they showed up there to win it. You're tough enough to go there and have a day and win a state title. I don't care who's in your weight class.
Greater later, man. Greater later.
Good stuff, my man. Levi Pigeon.
Great
Appreciate
job,
you joining us, my man.
Thanks for bringing
Best
me
of the
over to
luck.
talk.
Yeah. Hey, best of
Levi
luck the
Pigeon
rest of
fan,
the way.
man.
We're gonna be following you as you head down there, man. And Levi Pigeon joining us here as he was our Hilscher Clarke Electric Company electric wrestler of the evening. That was part of that electric match. I'll tell you what, guys, fun night, man. I want to just say, as I hit the left chest right here, man, appreciate the effort you guys put in all the time, and that was fun. I think the consensus would probably be that this has been one of the best broadcast performances that we've been able to put in as we've started this thing just 6, 7, 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
What an environment.
All right, man. Well, listen, we're going to wrap this thing up here on the Stark Media Team YouTube channel. I want to thank our sponsors again one more time. Hilscher Clarke Electric Company, the Eagles FOE 190 in downtown Massillon, Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet, founded right here by veterans in Carrollton, Ohio. Our friends over at finallyhereohio.com, check their website out. And Lindseys Pizza. I'll tell you what, big game coming up on Sunday. Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure you get your orders in early. Your game day pizza, your game day chicken, salad, subs, sandwiches, calzones, strombolis, whatever you want. Check out John Lindsay and his group. Call them at 477-3800 over in the Hillsdale Shopping Center. Get them lined up for the Super Bowl. McNeill & Sons Tree Service, CH Vallos and Associates, and our friends over at Spirit of Stark. When you're looking for gear, custom embroidery, screen printing, your banners, whatever you need, contact our friends over at Spirit of Stark. All right, that's it for us here. TJ Downing signing off for my partners, John Lowery, Jamie Fausnight. One more time, a final here, 55-16 victory for the Carrollton Warriors as they wrap up an EBC championship outright style. Have a great rest of your night, everyone, and we will catch you this weekend. Remember, catch some hoops tomorrow night on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app at 7:15. So long, everyone.
Peace out.